fun little cast of the pro guys, see what they're up to and stuff. But yeah, apologies for starting late. There was obviously just a mix-up in the time zones or something to that effect. But yeah, as you can see, the game is underway. Crispy, I mean,
what happened? I was so stoked to see the start of the game. I wanted to see the drafts and all that, but yeah, unfortunately, it happened that way.
yeah. But I actually just noticed something that ILTW is playing for OG again. I didn't expect that.
Serious?
Yeah, and funny enough, he's playing against VP, which is quite a bit of a cheeky thing.
Yeah, I mean, all right. Well, let's just go quickly over the lineup because I mean, so I'm just gonna go quickly. I mean, it's already 3-1 in favor of VP at the moment, as they got 3 kills. But OG, we're gonna go Grimstroke. We've got No Tail, and on the Ember Spirit, we've got what's the Paramatch.
ILTW.
Yeah, ILTW Paramatch. Yeah. Oh, well, it's talking to the kill. They're gonna actually bring down No Tail now. They're still going to try to get a return kill here, but it doesn't look like it will. Maybe not. They're just kiting the storm around a little bit, but they're going to bring down the fairy. So, yeah, so that's a nice return kill for the Ember Spirit. But yeah, let's carry on the Doom. On the Doom, we've got the almighty Zed. Shadow Demon, we've got Suska, and we've got Thompson on the Luna playing the mid lane there. I don't know if you want to quickly go over VP before there's any more action.
All right. Okay, let's do this. So, Epileptic Kid on the PA as expected. On Kunkka on mid, we've got GPK. And on Magnus, who seems to actually be almost going down there, we've got DM. And then obviously on the Dark Willow, we've got Save, who obviously is going to be on that pause for hero, and then Ilias on the CM, who's actually currently sitting mid with this Kunkka.
All right, awesome. Yeah, they're trying to put a lot of pressure on this tower now, which is the right thing to do. I mean, Luna's not a very good early game hero. I mean, well, with Thompson, you never know. Thompson is just a beast on every hero at the moment. But yeah, you can see he's struggling a little bit in lane, sitting third with the last hits. Well, actually, fourth and last, he's just gonna start farming up the mid, that camp in the mid lane there. But I mean, not out of it completely.
It's a bit of an interesting draft that OG's gone for here. You see, we've obviously got the Luna on Thompson, which is mid, which is something I haven't seen yet, but I mean, it's pretty interesting. And then we've actually got ILTW on the Ember, which is even crazier, right? Because Ember traditionally would be a mid, but obviously you can't play in safe lane. And obviously ILTW Pog champ on this hero. So.
All right, but yeah, just so you're a little bit of a VP fanboy this series, right?
Oh yeah, 100%, dude. VP, but it looks like Seb's gonna go down there bottom. He had 3 heroes just collapsing on him there. But yeah, I mean, he's due. He's gonna farm quick. He should come back. So, and it's Seb. He's gonna come back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Just quickly, this I assume this game is a bit of a rivalry going on, because the last tournament there was the Epic League. OG was worked their way through the bottom bracket all the way to the finals, coming up against VP in the finals, with VP actually beat them 3-2. So there's a bit of a grudge match going on here now between the two teams. So I wonder if if OG can one up him, but we're gonna see a lot of aggression on this T1 mid tower as 3 heroes from VP are here now. Luna gonna come in, she's gonna right click, gonna get caught in the Bramble Maze. Ooh, a lot of damage. Both gonna come, they can actually connect on one, but the Shadow Team is gonna protect the Luna. It's still not the end of Doom tier now as well. We'll say, gonna get frozen in place. Oh, RP just cancelled. Just threatening there a little bit. And I think it'll be a deny on the tower, the mid one tower, tier 1 mid tower.
Yeah. Oh man, I mean, they've obviously got look. I think Kunkka is going to scale very quickly, as opposed to like a Luna. Luna is obviously going to abuse a bunch of these stacks. I mean, they've got mad stacks up here for this Luna to come catch back. Obviously, Thompson.
Oh no, definitely.
Thompson is going to absolutely enjoy those.
Oh, definitely. I mean, stack camps for Luna is always, especially if she's been struggling, which looks like Thompson was struggling a little bit, but I mean, quickly catching up now. With the gold and last hits as well. So net worth sitting second under the PA. So yeah, he's coming back into this game. I mean, getting his form.
Yeah, look, I mean, PA seems to be having an absolute blast here. 3-0 currently in this game.
Managed to get the sun on the CM. It does actually pop, but Kunka's here as well. A lot of damage come through, so it's going to come through. They end up actually burst down the CM. But that's going to retreat straight out of that. ILTW is going to pick up that kill, but they're not done yet. It looks like the fairies hanging around it back, but Grimstroke and a lot of no-tails and a lot of trouble. He's going to be brought down by the PA. PA is going to nuke him down, but I think that, this Emma Spirit's a little bit too quick for them to catch.
I mean, he's got phase boots. He had haste earlier. I mean, what a cheeky boy. I mean, look, losing Grimstroke there was inevitable, right? They've got they've got so much control, right? They've got a Dark Willow, they've got a Kunkka. They can always X, they can brambles, they can do whatever. So, getting out of there, but it looks like there's a bunch of action bottom. It looks like Seb's going to be in a lot of trouble here. He does commit the Doom onto the Magnus, but it is going to cost him his life going down there to save. Oof.
Oh, that's rough. Yeah, that's rough. I mean, that's another, like a quick second death. Well, I would say second death. I'm not sure how much time he's fallen. Actually, he died 4 times and 2 in quick successive. Looking a bit rough, but they might catch a Shadow Demon and he's going to open himself up, but they're going to bring him down as well. So that's 2 years down on the side of OG. And I mean, VP looking, starting that snowball effect now.
Yeah, and I mean, they're taking these ancient camps. They've obviously got a Magnus, Kunkka, brilliant ways of taking it. And obviously,
I don't know if this is where you want to be, but Everspear is going to be here as well. They're going to latch him up, but I don't know if it's enough damage. A lot of them come onto the RP, going to get him to the boat's going to come through, going to connect onto the Doom. Doom's going to fall. Luna also in a lot of trouble. She's going to fall as well. They're trying to get this kill on this Kunkka, but Kunkka is so tanky. It's still trying. He's going to remnant forward, but he's going to get stuck now. Oh, he's going to get frozen, but the crit's going through from the PA. But he manages to remnant out of there. The Kunkka just running around. They're going to finally fall now. And then turn into the Grimstroke in a lot of trouble. No tail, nobody. He can't fall like that. He's going to fall. Action happening everywhere. There's 2 for 3 trade at the moment. Still trying to go for the PA. PA is a bit faster than we're going to get some frozen there by the team, but they're turning attention back to the. Oh no, the Shadow Team is going to fall as well. Oof.
Oh man, that was a long drawn out fight, but I mean, I don't know, VP they've got the aggressive heroes to do these kind of plays.
No, definitely. Just looking at the lineup, I mean, they get up for the team fight, right? I mean, you've got the Kunkka that can just initiate with the Torrent. You've got the X, I mean, with the boat. You've got the Magnus, it's got, the huge AoE ulti. And then you also got the Crystal Maiden with her ulti as well, and just so much lockdown. So they prep for the team fights. Where you see on the side of OG, it's more single target abilities.
Look, funny enough, I kind of think their team fight will probably pick up in the late game. Luna will obviously become a raid boss essentially in that late game. Ember as well, super elusive. He's going to need defensive items this game though. He's got to watch out for getting RP'd. He's probably going to need a BKB because of Kunkka and CM and Dark Willow. But it's going to be an interesting one.
That's going to be rough.
Look, OG have to make the space now, right? Because I think VP are starting to find their stride. They're making space. They're getting their pickoffs.
Yeah. No, I fully agree with you. I mean, they've been dominating the last couple of fights. It's just at the moment, she just can't seem to deal with this VA. And this Kunkka that's been so tanky. I mean, they use so much to bring down the Kunkka, and he just died. So it's rough. But we'll see the tier 1 bottom falling now of VP. So I mean, that's a tower. But watching this mid lane. Ooh, gonna get caught in the Bramble Maze with him. It's gonna pop the whole Luna's gonna pop the ulti, but that's not gonna be enough. They're gonna bring her down so quickly.
Yeah, I mean, the DM's got a mech on him and a bracer. Kunkka's got 2 bracers and a helm. I mean, these are tanky boys, and it's 30 minutes in. I mean, there's the armlet coming out from Kunkka. Brilliant itemization. I think it's gonna make their lives super hard dealing with this hero.
No, definitely.
And he's queued up a BKB, which is also amazing, right? Because if you think about most of the damage coming out from OG now, it's probably going to just be magic for a good portion of the game. It will change. It will definitely change, but not just yet.
No. I think OG's still got a lot of work to do in this game to bring this game back a little bit. I mean, they need to stop the aggression somehow. I mean, the aggression aside of VP is just absolutely too powerful at the moment. So, got to find a way to slow that train down. Just not sure how they do this.
100%. We see Doom. Seb just going down there. He's actually been having a hard game right now. I've seen him
Yeah.
die a couple times now. I mean, he's been a bit aggressive on this Doom. He is kind of
Mm-hmm.
farmed, but that's kind of the nature of Doom, though.
Yeah.
But at some point he's got to, he's got to start making space. He's probably going to wait till Blink Dagger, and then
Yeah.
just start making space. I think that's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
we're going to see happen.
Yeah. But I mean, you've got so many prime targets to do. Like who to suggest would be the main target? Oh, thing we got Sector of the Storm, Famous Spirit, and he smelts. And I think Notel's in a lot of trouble. Yep, the dagger's just gonna annihilate Notel. Oh.
Yeah, Epileptic
that's
Kid's
rough.
looking pretty strong right now. He's gone for the Mask Deso build, which is quite cool.
Okay.
It's so aggressive. It's so
Oh, no.
aggressive, especially when you have the. Oh, he got the X off. He got the combo.
Yeah. Oh no! But I mean, they say he's coming through, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I mean, the Thompson in a wall of pain, but in the backline, we'll see Notel deeping in. You're going to get annihilated again, and so does the Shadow Demon. But Seb coming in now. Oh no! Couple of right click shoot to the chick. They're going to bring him down, and he. Oh, no. Just getting annihilated.
I mean,
full team fight coming through from VP.
I mean, I'm so happy right now. VP, my boys. I just need to correct you though, Crispy. It was actually a 6-4-0.
Yeah, the buyback. Yeah.
There was a buyback on Grim. Oh man,
Oh.
look, it is still early days, but that OG have to change something now. They can't let the game go the way it's currently going. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. So just I see Kami's asking what time. Oh, I thought it was starting at 8. We also thought it was starting at 8.
Yeah,
Kami.
we're starting.
But it apparently started at 7. So we obviously had to jump in the hot seat very quickly.
Alrighties, yeah. But yeah, OG, yeah, 21-6. I mean,
Doom.
yeah. Doom again. Oh, Seb in the last gonna get Yules up. Might just get caught in the Bramble mess up, but he's gonna go with the Curse Crown. Can they pop as well? Oh, yeah, no, it's looking very, very rough for OG at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at it looks like we're going to see some more fighting here. It looks like they're going to go into Magnus. The Grimstroke pops the ulti, but the boat is there, which is going to connect onto Magnus. Okay, no, they got ICW there. It looks like... Wow, sorry, I get so much confusion from you right here. But yeah, I mean, it seems like OG are just struggling to take these team fights. I'm not sure why, because they still have good teamfight ultis, right? They got the Grimstroke with the double doom. They've got good save. Luna is a particularly good hero in teamfights. Doesn't need a lot. Levels is probably important, but
But the thing is, they're getting caught out. I mean, you saw the Doom being picked off there first, and then the rest of the team, the rest of OG trying to come in and then getting, just caught off guard. And yeah, it's just not able to land as well. So they just can't take a fight in the moment. You'll see sort of Ember Spirit now, a lot of trouble. He's gonna, there's no way out. It's just too much lockdown to keep him in place. The OG cannot take a fight right now. They're just not going to be able to. They need to somehow try to create space, but the aggression from VP is just too much.
Yeah, look, one of the things I was saying earlier is this Ember Spirit needs defensive items this game. You mentioned it earlier, there's lockdown galore, right?
Yeah.
And the problem is like he needs multiple kinds of defensive items, which is a challenge. As we see, Luna goes down, and it looks like Kunka just soloing. Oof.
Yeah,
I mean, GPK's, look, they had to deny their bottom tower. Obviously, Thompson's making space, but that's a Luna down, that's your mid down, that's Roshan gone. I mean, it's 10k. It's certainly a big lead at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even 20 minutes into the game, and I mean, you're 11k ahead. It's just looking very, very dire for OG at the moment. But I'm pretty sure it's OG, comeback kings.
Yeah, I mean, counting them.
Let's still see if they, live up to that name, though. That's the question.
Yeah, look, I mean, I'll never count OG out. That's just not something I'll ever do again. Because I've done it before, and they've proved me wrong. But yeah, look, it certainly isn't the position that they want to be in, right? This PA's, going to go BKB next, has a Sunge as well. I'm not sure what the Sunge is for specifically, but... I think we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, maybe just for for the extra, maybe the stats, maybe just one unit. But I mean, it's just a useful item to just build into something else. I mean, it's good to have. But we'll see what they're not done yet. Doom, Seb getting stuck there now as well. They might just bring him back. Nope. Emma Spirit's gonna go there with the chains just to stop the aggression. But they managed to get out of there.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like it was a fight, almost a guaranteed fight. But I mean, Luna's just doing Luna things, has Manta now, shoving out waves, cutting waves. And that's what they need to do, right? Because they're not ready to fight.
Oh, no, definitely.
Doom hasn't got Blink yet, is queuing up I think Seb's probably going to go Blade Mail soon, before that. And we do see ILTW hasn't actually queued up anything. Ooh.
Seb falling once again, and Seb is having a horrific game. 0 for 9 on this Doom of his.
Yeah, and unfortunately it's been a rough game for him so far. They spot Luna, the ulti comes through, the RP's there, but Dark Willow's coming through with the damage, and it looks like it will be enough. Oh man, they're losing here. Look, they're trying to do like very solid ways of coming back, right? Split push the map, but VP's not letting them do this. They're like, oh, you want to split push the side? Oh, we'll kill you. Oh, as we see another one going down. Epileptic Kid just bringing down Saxa.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just gonna have to do some work to come back into this game because at the moment it looks like it's firmly in the hands of VP.
Yeah, look, it's a tricky scenario. It looks like, oh man, they're gonna, No Tail's just gonna TP out of there. I think he's aware that this is, middle.
Yeah, he's got a remnant out, so he can remnant out if he wants to, but he's got to be careful. Actually, the X Mox is what's going to catch him, going to bring him back, but he's going to get used up. The tower attacking, doing some damage, but they're going to figure out both going to connect now onto Emma Spirit. Emma Spirit is most likely going to fall. He does. And we know they bring down no tell as well. Sorry, so much action, but it's not done yet. It looks like they're trying to do something, but with the Bramble Maze, it's just going to disrupt everything. Do they find anybody else? Nope. Shadow Demon's going to be the fall. Subs going to fall there. Not done yet. They turn attention to the Luna. Seb is there. Going to also try to do something, but going to go straight to the spear. Can they bring the spear down? That's the question. Spear falling a bit low. But they did so much damage with the scene there, just to hold him back. And they will bring down Seb once again. Luna. Thompson going to get caught in the Bramble Maze. He's going to get back. But they're still not done yet. They're going to bring down LTW as well in this game. Missing, but Dagger's going to be there. Again, one more right there. Should be there. Stan's going to hold the spear back and lock me able to bring Thompson down just here. Stan almost touched be there. They're going to turn attention to the Grim. No, they're going to the crit coming through. They're going to bring down Thompson as well. I mean, they can't even bring a spear down once.
Yeah, it's a bit of a challenge, right? Because I would say PA's the key factor here for VP. It's the hero that's going to close out this game, and at the moment he's 14 for 0. I mean, the Epileptic Kid is absolutely styling right now. But as we mentioned earlier, it's not over yet. But he's finished up BKB. He's got a 9 second BKB on him. Socks in a lot of trouble. He's just gonna disrupt himself, but it's never gonna be enough to save you. Yeah, unfortunately not. Wow, as they lose No Tail in mid there. Oof. This is a scary position to be in, right?
I honestly, I love OG to death, and I know that the comeback is always good, but I mean this just looks like a stomp.
Yeah, look, you can see that they're trying to use some mechanics to like shove out waves and stuff, but it just feels a bit rough now, as it looks like Seb.
Correct. And now Doom's gonna get caught out as well. He's gonna fall. Couldn't get into these Doom off. And I mean that's another two of your core heroes down. Luna is not even gonna be here. They're gonna bring down. They're gonna bring down Sox for the third time again. Oh man.
Yeah, that was a bit rough. Look, I think at this point PA is just jumping in wherever and just diving. But they have to just finish. They have to close out the match.
Yeah, they have
to. Okay, Epileptic Kid's like he's having none of it.
Yeah, top lane. I mean, Thompson's playing around with the scene, but he didn't realize he didn't realize the Magnus is there. You're gonna come at the ulti for the actually two ultis, and we'll actually be able to bring this bring that they'll bring Thompson down very very quickly. I mean, I suppose that's all you could really do is just taunt.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, we obviously didn't catch the draft. We were a bit late
Yeah.
into it, but you know, they've certainly got a weird draft from my perspective.
Mm.
You know, OG, right? I think you
Mm-hmm.
know having the POS one Ember, as flashy and cool as it is, it's always going to potentially struggle against like you know these RPs and all this
Yeah.
lockdown and eventually just the damage, right? So
Yeah.
you know, the mid Luna was either supposed to make space for mid Luna or
Mm-hmm.
you know that's where I'm a little like bamboozled, I suppose, with the
Yeah.
drafting perspective.
Oh no, Seb again gonna be cool. Oh man. Well, he actually gets a doom off on the Magnus. Magnus falls back off there, but they're gonna bring down Nota once again. But yeah, Seb in a world of trouble. He's just gonna be stuck there again. A couple of rocket shooters that will bring him down. Buybacks coming through from Nota and Seb. Can they do anything else? Nope, it doesn't look like it. They're gonna bring down the Ember now again. Just turning attention back to, and that's a dieback for Nota, followed by Soxa. Doom. Oh, Seb is also gonna be done. GG gonna be called. There's nothing else they can do. And that's first game going towards VP. Oh man.
I mean,
Unlucky.
yeah, that was quite something. You know, it was a hectic first game. I mean, flipping well done to VP. I'm pretty happy, right? You know that it's a convincing play, right? They you know got an advantage, stuck to it, and capitalized on it, right? You know
Yeah.
they didn't because OG. I mean, you know, Virtus Pro are also going like, let's just not let OG come back into this game. Why?
Yeah.
Like, just don't do it. You know, so pretty well done to them. I think you know obviously OG, as far as I know, this is a best of three, and we should be jumping into a second match in about 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Crispy, I'm gonna quickly play that versus screen because it's super cool, and we didn't play it when we
All right.
started, so
Go
let
for
me
it.
let me quickly play it. All right, let me get it up quick. Boom. There we go. Alrighty, awesome stuff. So that was game one. That was Virtus Pro versus OG. I mean, Crispy, 57? I mean, phew.
Yeah. Man, it was, I'm kind of disappointed that OG actually going down that bad. But hey, it's a best of three. And OG, well, they did kind of well. They did kind of well in the previous tournament with the Epic League. I mean, they won all their lower bracket matches, only losing out to VP in the grand final 3-2. So I'm expecting them to bring us back. Hopefully take game two at least draw us out to a game three. But yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah,
But,
so you
yeah,
say that it was a grand finals that they lost out to them 3-2, right?
yes.
I mean, that's a pretty close result, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Apparently, it was a very, very close game. Well, it was a very good series and very close. So, but unfortunately, VP, just edging them out 3-2 in that series. But yeah, just for those who don't know, this is the Dota Pit Season 4 Europe and CIS bracket. Prize pool is 240,000 USD. Wow, imagine winning $240,000.
yeah.
Well, for us at least.
Oh man, it's hard for me to imagine, right? Because I'm so
Yeah.
bad at Dota.
And I mean, this is one of the first. This is actually the third game of this tournament, because the tournament actually started today. And I mean, OG taking on VP first, in the first draft, like the first day, straight off the bat. After losing to them 3-2 in the final, like I said, there must be some tensions going on there.
I mean, they played each other, if I'm not mistaken, 2 days ago, right? So this is a team that obviously both the teams are very familiar with each other. It's something that they should feel comfortable with, So I think they probably were both alright matching against each other. I think it's just a bit awkward. Probably they probably we would want to have done it later, but at the end of the day, I mean, you've got to beat them anyway, right? So
eventually, yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, obviously it will most likely be a best. It should be a best of three. We obviously will wait for the second match to go up.
There's
Um,
there's nine people, 9 out of 10 plays in the lobby at the moment. So
all right.
we're just waiting for that one. But just quickly, also within in this the CIS bracket, we have the team Live to Win. We've got Navi, we've got Alliance, we've got Mud Golems, we've got VP, we've got OG, which we've seen right now. We've got Enigma, and we've got Viking GG. So I mean, we got some strong teams in this bracket though. Supertramp?
Yeah, no, 100%. Look, it's so hard to call because, each team obviously spikes at different times. They do better whenever they, on form or whatever. And there's been obviously quite a few changes. And obviously OG are, in my opinion, in a weird space, right? Everyone expects them to be 150% all the time, which, in reality is just not possible, right? So I think that game kind of showed it as well a bit, because VP were probably, they're just on form. They looked very good. They drafted, I would say, a safe draft and just executed it, right? And, obviously, OG were a bit they've always been an experimental team as well. So, I always like to see that from them.
Yeah, no, definitely. But yeah, I mean, we've got all the strong teams in this bracket, but I mean, you got to be asking yourself, where's Secret? Secret's not in this. Secret's not in this tournament.
Yeah, look, Secret. So they dominated everything, right?
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
And then I can't remember what happened, but they lost. I think it was they lost a tournament. I can't remember which one. And then I think they started to just take a break for a bit.
I'll correct you. I'll correct you there. They are considered right now the world's strongest team as they won 8 back-to-back grand finals.
Oof. Okay. Yeah. No, that's rough. Look, I remember them losing a series. I can't remember, but I remember it was like a big deal because no one had beaten them for a long time.
Yeah.
And rightly so. I mean, Puppy's an amazing drafter. He's an amazing player. He's built the team. He's built it to perfection, right? So he's taken the time to find the exact players he wants. Set up the kind of setup he wants. How the structure works, the captaincy, all that kind of jazz. But the one thing they've never done is transition into a TI.
Yeah. Now that's the thing. I mean, it's one thing, dominating all these, all these different, all these different lands and stuff like that. But you can't bring it through to TI. And I mean that is what you want to win. I mean, I think Puppy's the only one that's won a TI when it was still on Navi, and I think there was a T or TI 2 or 1 on the first TI, I think.
Yeah.
But anyway, somewhere around there. I'm not 100% sure, but I mean I think that's the last time he's won. I think that's the last time he's won. The TI. So I mean, you do so well with all these majors and all that, but you're not bringing that through and you've seen it in the last. You've seen it in the last, all the previous TIs. I mean, they're getting knocked out early, and it's by teams that you don't expect them to lose against.
Well, so just to jump back to, sorry to interrupt. Jump back to still on the secret topic, but I see Shape and Chat just sort of correct us. So they lost in the first time to Mud Golems, which is I don't know the exact players in the team, but that's not something that was expected, at least. Apparently the players were claiming they were burnt out, so they're probably taking a break. And I think that's good, right? Because they've got to get in, because 2021's around the corner. They're going to have to get into the next season, right? They're going to have to start prepping. We might see another TI come around. We might see some majors opening up a bit for some lands. And obviously that's what Secret want, right? They can't just burn themselves in these online tournaments.
No, definitely. I mean, Puppy's doing the right thing. Like, they're taking the break to prepare for the new Dota, the Dota Pro circuit that's coming now, which starts now in January, I believe. So, I mean, that's good. You want that break. I mean, they've been playing now for a while. All these different small, these small LAN events and everything. So, I agree fully with that decision not to, compete for this in this Dota Pit. So.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I always see Puppy as like a bit of a hard ass, and just like drive his players,
From,
like
what
you're burning
what
out,
I've
carry
heard,
on, like.
from what from what I heard, he's kind of he's kind of one of those drivers. Like he kind of pushes the team to the limits. But I mean, he's getting results.
Yeah,
So
and the
I mean,
players kind of need that as well, right?
yeah.
Because obviously naturally esports players are not the most disciplined, right?
Yes.
Specifically if you look at like the Counter Strike scene, you look at what happened with Cloud9, their players got kicked because they were breaking COVID rules, and like
Mm,
there's so much shenanigans and stuff. And I think like
yeah.
a player like Puppy and a captain like Puppy is just gonna have none of it, right? He's
I know, definitely.
if you're in his team, you play Dota and you play good Dota. Done,
Yeah.
finished.
Yeah,
Like.
definitely.
uh,
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to live up to puppy standards.
No, no, not at all. Well, I mean, I was certainly given a bash. I mean,
I'll give it a bash, but I'll probably end up crying. So
I mean, you're not going to win TI with no tears, right?
that's true. This is very, very true.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure these teams put in a lot of effort, blood, sweat, and tears. I mean, there's a lot of, throughout the year before before the actual TI, there's a lot of shuffling, a lot of teams scrambling, looking for new players, and trying to get some game time in with these new players so they can get a foot with each other. But I mean, yeah, that's rough. I mean, I can only imagine. I mean, we as obviously non-pro players, even we find it stressful just to lose a game and we're just like, I'm done. I'm just like over it. You can just imagine the pressure on these players. So it must be totally insane.
Yeah, it's probably extremely high, But just to jump back to this tournament, Crispy,
Yes.
do you just want to give us a bit of a rundown in terms of how this tournament works? Because we'll probably cover a bit more of it, as we
All
obviously
right. All
see
right.
how
Yeah.
it works and stuff.
So basically, we got in the first day you've got the 4 games. So 2 games have already been played. Third was this one now. So we had the Live with Win versus Nature's Navi. I haven't found out the results yet. I must still go and check on that. And then we had Alliance versus Mud Golems, and then we have Virtus Pro OG, and then Team Nigma and Vikings.
It should be later, right? Yeah.
Which will be 11 o'clock, well, probably 10 o'clock tonight with the
So
time difference. I don't know.
Alliance and Mud Golems played earlier. That was the first series
Yes.
today. Do you?
Second series.
Oh, was it the second? Okay.
Yes.
Do you know what the result was there? Let's see if we can.
I can try and find it quickly
Yeah,
for
let's
you.
have a look. Because in my opinion, that's a big one, right? Because obviously Mud Golems have been looking good. They beat Secret, right? That's like, that's like a very big pinnacle thing, right? Teams are gonna have to take them seriously, and if possible, just see if it shows their team, the players. Let's have a
All
look
right.
here.
So at them, let me just check here. System. So it looks like Navi won the first against Live to Win. And then we have actually Lions taking 2-0, taking the win over Mud Golems.
All right, all right. Yeah, I mean, Alliance have been looking good. I'm a big fan of them at the moment. I think they've been doing some good changes and stuff, and they're as much as they've been around for a long time, their current team is like an up and coming team in my opinion, right? They're starting
Yes.
to make flashy plays. They're dominating some tournaments and stuff. So they're a team to watch. I think they're certainly a team to watch.
I'm
Alrighty.
just trying to figure out. I don't see the lobby anymore. I don't know what's going on. If they maybe had a problem, or they're just taking a little bit of a break.
It's probably started with a 2 minute delay.
Or possible. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's possible.
yeah. I think that's what's
So
happened,
we'll
guys.
just have to we'll just have to keep that keep our eye
Alright, but
open on
yeah, I
that.
mean, game one was hectic. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quickly go back to the stats and I'll just put it back on stream,
Mm-hmm.
just so that we're not just stuck on that screen. Let me hopefully I can get it back here quickly. There we go. Alrighty. I mean, look, 57 is rough. I mean, OG must be thinking in this best of three. Look, obviously it's still early in this tournament, so they're probably not that phased about this specific match. But
Yeah.
you kind of want to win it, right? So I mean, Thompson going Luna mid. I mean, I'm all out for these interesting drafts, and maybe I'm just not 100% on the meta, but something like that, Virtus Pro are not gonna fall for, right? They're gonna play
Yeah.
their game and they're gonna continue. So the second game, you might see some more traditional OG kind of style drafts. Obviously, Ember
Possible.
Spirit is very much a OG hero, but it's generally a Thompson hero, right?
Yeah, generally, but maybe I mean, like it's been. I mean, we don't know what these teams have been doing throughout, the training wise in their boot camps and all that. We don't know if they've been trying. This could be a strat, maybe. What OG is trying to, try because OG are like the strat makers. I mean, look at Anna with the IO, and after that, I mean, after he did that, everybody was trying to play a carry IO. Even in the pro teams, some other of the other pro teams, IO was also trying to go for that core IO. So I mean, OG is at all
Oof.
those, those strat makers. So
I mean, No
maybe not
Tail
some.
IO is PogChamp, right? I'm down for that, dude. Like,
But are we going to see it though? That's the thing though.
well, I think
Like
I
I
think they
said,
could, right? Because IO
hmm,
is always kind of meta, right? IO is one of those
yeah,
ones that's like, it can never really be broken so much that it's not meta, or at least I haven't
hmm,
seen any patches recently.
yeah.
So they could just do it, right? And there's some interesting combos. We've obviously seen the rise in
Uh,
a lot of heroes. Funny enough, one of the heroes I
sorry,
want to
just
see, yeah.
sorry, just to interrupt you. The lobby is up again. The game is on as well. Eh?
All
Just
right,
going into again now.
let's jump into it now.
Yeah. All right, we are
Uh,
into the
are you
phase
looking at
now.
in the tournament section?
The live section. Just scroll down, you'll find it. Now, yeah, we're actually quite far into the draft at the moment. You'll see for Virtus Pro, we have Slaughter, Phantom Assassin once again with the Crystal Maiden. And for OG, they have picked up the Faceless Void and the Phoenix.
Wait, I'm not seeing this lobby or this match.
You've not seen it? So if you go to live, you just scroll down. It should be that's where I found it. Load more and scroll down.
Oh, load more. Okay,
Yeah, load more and scroll down.
you'd think they would have it at the top.
We'll see a Marana being picked up now by OG. I mean, this is a totally different draft to what I had the first game. But
I,
whether or
yeah.
not going to make it,
I
that's the
see
thing.
Kami says Techie's incoming. I wouldn't be all that surprised.
Yeah, you never see. I mean, it's OG after all.
Yeah, look, I think it would be OG that would pick it. I don't think VP would do
Yeah,
that. As you can see, VP already have a similar style of draft, right?
yeah.
Crystal Maiden obviously has become popular in this meta. PA has
Hmm.
also been doing the same. I'm still on the edge about PA, but it's still good. It's still a good hero,
No,
right?
but the thing is, the difference from we've been casting these amateur games on that, and you barely see a fan PA. You barely see, and now we're watching
Yeah.
pros, and it's like every game. So and it's definitely a strong hero because it's that right click, and she's got that huge crit. So it's very very good hero in this meta. I just don't see why you haven't seen it more, with the amateur teams.
So it's a weird one, right? Because I think we've seen
Hmm.
it a little bit, right?
Yeah.
We saw a lot as we got to the group stages in the specific Legends League tournament, right? The elite bracket teams were going for those more meta heroes that we're seeing here. And funny enough,
Yeah.
Tide is the one that we saw quite a bit of, towards the like middle section of the tournaments and whatnot.
Yeah.
Obviously Mirana, Phoenix, Faces Void, those are all popular picks, I think, in most metas.
Yeah.
Across the different brackets. But if you look at VP, they haven't changed their draft from game one,
No,
really.
no, I mean, the hero that's out there now was Magnus, which was banned, so they opted to go with the Slaughter. But I wouldn't be surprised if they pick up the exact same hero, the exact same draft at least from the first game. Besides, obviously, the Magnus.
Yeah, no, look. Slaughter fills a similar role, so I think
Hmm.
that's cool.
Yeah,
He's obviously going to be alright against Faceless Void. I think
yeah,
Void should be alright though. He's obviously got his leap to output.
yeah,
Slaughter's going to bash him, stun him, and he should be able to leap that damage off.
yeah, yeah. No,
Obviously his leap
definitely.
is a longer cooldown, but I think with a support there,
Yeah,
whether it's Phoenix or whoever it is,
but
um,
if you look, sorry, if you look at the lineup of Virtus Pro, that they've got enough lockdown to deal with this Faceless Void, so you won't be able to leap out. I mean, if you get the bash, I mean, you got the Slithering Crush, which will stun up. If you get the bash off after that's still a continuous stun. You got Crystal Maiden, which is going to freeze you, and you got Dark Willow, which has got two stuns as well. So there's a lot of lockdown for this Faceless Void. So I mean, yeah, fair enough. If it's quick on his fingers, you can always just time walk out of it.
yeah,
But
no, I think look, it's ILTW, dude.
yeah,
He's gonna probably be fine. Look, one of the things that I prefer about this draft is and Snapby as well.
yeah,
They can take these team fights a lot better, right? They're not held
yeah,
back by potential issues with like potential. Like a Luna that's still struggling to come back has to kind of cut waves and not really fight, right? I think Snapfire, your Morana, your Phoenix, your Tide, they're going to be always game, right? They're always going to be game to fight, and obviously face forward every time Chrono's up, he's game. So I think for Virtus Pro, they can't be that aggressive, right? They've got to secure their own farm. They've got to keep splitting the map potentially, like getting pick-offs here and there. Kind of what they were doing in Game 1, but they have to be a bit more cautious because, the counter initiation from a Tide Hunter, a Face's Void into a Phoenix Egg. These things are scary, especially with the Snapfire,
Oh, we've got a Storm Spirit now for Virtus Pro. I'm sorry, I just on the OG side, did OG change players? Or
no,
is it just nicknames?
No, it's the names. So once they get in, you'll see their pro names.
All right, okay. That just always throws me for a loop. I just want to make out of it. The Dark Willow skin looks so sick. I want it.
Which one?
Do you think
Dark Willow. Oh, okay.
Do you think I save a message, you'll send it to me? You'll give it to me?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, Save's a nice guy, dude.
Yeah. I don't know.
He makes good content. He does a lot of Game Leap videos.
Okay. All right. Well, that's the draft done and dusted. I mean, I think it's a good draft for both teams. I think OG's got the more stable draft this game. Than better draft than Game 1. A lot more team fight revolved team. I mean, you've got the Ravage, you've got Sapphire, you've got Mortimer-Kisses, you've got the Chrono, you've got the Egg. Morana can also help with the Moonlight Shadow and all that. So I mean, there's a lot of team fight going on there, but also what I'm worried about is the lockdown with the Storm now, as well as a lot of lockdown from Virtus Pro.
Yeah,
so they can burst anybody down. That's the thing.
I don't know. I must say I'm liking OG's lineup here as much as I think VP had a solid lineup, and I think it could just straight up work this game as well. I just think OG came back and hit back with a draft that I think is the correct way to respond to something like this, right? You have these big ways of saving people. Moonlight Shadows, like you said, the Chronos, you have the Eggs, you have ways of dealing with this aggression coming out of VP, right? Obviously the DM is now on the Slaughter, not Magnus, so that does kind of change a couple of the ways they have to deal with things, right? Slaughter's, he kind of adds the same thing in terms of lockdown and stuff, but you can't just empower a PA and absolutely go ham on a PA, right? PA now has to rethink her game.
So PA might have to think of maybe going to Battle for Rebuild where the last game she didn't have to because of the Magnus, like you mentioned.
Yeah, look, I got a feeling she might, Epileptic Kid is probably going to skip the Battle Fury just because of the way they play aggressive. I think it just suits their playstyle. Look, he might not. He might just go the Battle Fury Rebuild potentially. But knowing VP, I just whenever you have two options, right? Always take the more aggressive one when you have VP in the game, right? They're always going to go the aggressive line.
All right, as we gear up, for just those, get those precious bounties. We'll see how these teams fare now. It looks like there might be a little bit of action, maybe top with a 3-man rotation from VP. Maybe just to test these bounties. We got no points into Slaughter just yet. Maybe just saving it. Maybe just to see what they might just change around. And I think that leap away. I mean, so far it's 2.
LTW's in the spot above here. It was 2 for 2.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't chase him too much, right?
No, his leap will be up in 8 seconds. They can do a lot of damage, but I still think he might just be able to get out of those 4 seconds. He'll take a lot of damage, but I think he'll just leap out now. And I think that'll be it.
I mean, that's not ideal. He wanted to go for that cheeky leap for the bounty, but they were kind of ready for that. So we do see the traditional, or at least recently traditional, Snapfire mid, which is quite something. Obviously, it's such a good hero this game, right? You have the Ravage, you have the Chrono. Mortimer Kisses are going to be so easy to land, right?
Yeah. Well, not to mention, I mean, Snap has been used as a core position for a while now, especially because of the talents. I mean, you got the Little Shredder uses your attack damage. You've got you can either go the 6 times plus 6 Mortimer Kisses or 3 times multi shot on the little Shredder. Yeah, it's just the talents on this hero alone are so broken, and I think this is going to be a good Snapfire game.
Yeah.
I just don't know up against the Storm, as Storm is just harassing the crap out of Thompson at the moment. But I think it's going to be a good game for.
Look, yeah.
For,
one of the things is Snapfire is also technically a strength hero, so it adds to that survivability. But it looks like there's a bit of. Ooh, okay. It was a bit of action bottom, but it seems like Seb and Saxo are going to be fine.
I mean, Seb on this Tide Hunter, potentially can do well against his PA. I mean, with the Anchor Smash, just to reduce that damage. And, I mean,
Saxa.
He's going to TP out straight away. Oh no, the frostbite coming through from Illis is going to secure that kill for the PA. Well, actually, set up.
Yeah, no, look, unfortunately, I don't think he had any points in Leap. No, he didn't, yeah. So he just had to immediately TP as soon as they went at him. Yeah. But the interesting thing is, as they're going on to Tide Hunter, Seb in a lot of trouble here. They're actually going to slow him down. It looks like Phoenix will go down in the safe lane. Save just picking up that one there.
Phoenix not gonna. Tide's not gonna fall now. Just a little bit of tanking with that Kraken shell, pointing that Kraken shell. So the right clicks at the moment not going to be enough for this PA.
Yeah, look, it's going to be hard to kill this Tide. They're going to have to go on Mirana, but when Mirana gets obviously some points in Leap, it also becomes hard to kill Mirana.
Yeah.
But you saw what they did there, right? Mirana was level 1. Mirana threw the arrow to get the range creep, and then they were like, she doesn't have Leap, right? And then they just were like, okay, jump on her. And
yeah, well, I mean, they read the game so well. I mean, they always just checked that to make sure, and they just did the right thing and went straight on her. And I mean, Mirana's forced to TP out, but with the CM, it's a little bit difficult just to get that TP out.
100%. Top lane looks like Slardar's being super cheeky here. DM just kind of playing under the tower.
Well, Slardar, I mean, he kind of doesn't have to worry right now, does he? I mean, Void, I mean, yeah, sure, Void's got 2 points of time lock, can bash him up a couple of times, but I mean, he's got a stun of his own. And Phoenix doesn't really provide much right now. I mean, you got the fire spirits that kind of help, just to slow, but at level 1, it's not really that useful. So I mean, Slaughter. I mean, as you can see, Slaughter's just having his own way, like going under the towers if he wants to and all that. So they can't really stop him right now. But he's got to be careful though, because I mean, a little bit of aggression onto his Void. I mean, so he's just chasing to get cheeky dash off.
I mean, that damage is a lot, right? It's only level 2 and it's doing that much damage. Snapfire is actually going to cookie onto the Storm and just steal the rune from in front of him. Thompson.
Yeah, Thompson. Yeah, Thompson plays, man. Thompson plays. But yeah, I mean, looking at the last hits, we got Storm Spirit doing what he does best in the mid lane, 23 for 3. Snapfire second. Well, Thompson, 23 for 6. Jumping between actually on top of it of the last hits at the moment with 25 for 6. As the Storm is out of lane at the moment, just farming up the side camps.
Alrighty, it looks like, look, one of the things is Storm is going to be able to farm jungle camps, like, really early on. Snap is obviously going to win the lane, probably, as the levels come in, but once Storm hits 6, he can obviously make plays, he can even get some rotations in mid, and Snap could potentially die. Obviously it is a tanky hero. It does look like Phoenix is in a spot of bother here as they're fighting over these runes, but it actually is going to TP out of there.
It's just going to TP out. There's nothing really to stop him. So he gets the bounty as well. So I mean, it's just TP out.
I mean, no early game stuns really from the side of OG, right? Obviously they have bash, but I mean, then you're playing to RNG, right?
Yes. Then you're hoping for the best. They're going to try to go on to the CM7, taking a lot of damage. Leap will come through just to try to get, but she's going to pop the Fairy Fire just to get that extra bit of health to get out of there. And yep, she will be able to get out.
100%. Oh man, this game's starting to develop. I think OG are doing fine, even though it's currently 2-0 in the favor of VP. Look, they've got some high scaling heroes. They need their 6s up. They're farming well. Void, Snap, these heroes are doing alright. Tide's also farming.
Rotation mid goes straight on to Thompson. Thompson taking a ton of damage, and I think they might just bring him down. Trying to pop the his one charges, but unfortunately, it's not going to be enough to get out of that. And they're going to bring that.
Yeah, on the same time, they take down PA in the safe lane. Sorry, it was Epileptic Kid that went down. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's good. It's still call for core trade. It's well mid for your position 1.
Yeah. I think after last game, you're just happy to kill the PA, right? Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
Because you don't want a PA just running ham with the match, right?
Yeah. We see GPK just rotating while wanting to see if we can, rotate bottom, but Seb, why is this just gonna back off?
Oh, in mid, they get the arrow onto save, and he'll go down. Oh man!
Wow. Okay. I mean, it's not. I mean, Thompson getting that kill, so I mean that death, wasn't too bad.
So it was actually quite a funny situation. So they popped them all to the kisses, right? And then what Save did was ran at Snapfire and TP'd underneath Snapfire, right? But then Morana was there and just arrowed under Snap, and it was like, okay. So it was like a cool play from both of them. Unfortunately, Save obviously coming out to sort of worse off there.
That's what you say. I mean, Slaughter still having a good lane. I mean, I say that, but he's sitting like 6 on the net worth. But I mean, he's still getting that. It's not really being harassed that much.
Look, he's 6 now, right? That makes him so much better laning, right?
Yeah.
So I as much as he's not been farming, I think he should be alright.
No, you'll definitely be alright. I mean, that Corrosive Haze, you just Corrosive Haze, the Phoenix kind of forces the Phoenix out of the lane because the Phoenix will take a lot of damage with that on it, which he's doing. I mean, Corrosive Haze straight onto No-Tail. But the rotation here from Save now, they might be able to bring down the dive is there for No-Tail, and No-Tail will be able to get out of there. But yeah, I mean, that's the problem with with just No-Tail being alone in his lane. He's just going to get Corrosive Faced up, and he will not be able to contest at all.
Yeah, I mean, you see how LTW immediately moved to the jungle as soon as that happened, right? Because he's like, there's no ways I'm laning against that. And it's a smart decision, right? Because sooner or later he will deal with Slaughter, 100%. But that timing's not now. So just go farm up in the jungle.
I mean, I think it's just like a creep away from level 6. You'll probably see a rotation, try to get use that first chrono to get a kill.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Mask. He's actually queued up a Midas. Oh, there's a fight mid. It looks like
huge fight going on here. I mean, Thompson doing a lot of damage, but he's also taking a lot of damage in return. They might bring him down. They do the Curse Crown, will pop. And we will see Elis picking up that kill.
I must say, they got a lot of burst damage on their side. Yeah.
They do. They have a lot of burst damage. But Void is here now, and he's got Chrono up, but no teammates. Mirana trying to look for the bounty, but unfortunately, actually looking for a rune, but yeah, it's not right. They're not there at the moment. Got to be careful though. See him going to go for the cheeky D ward under the tower.
Yeah, 100%. Oh man.
I mean, if you looked up, I mean, the No-Tail is just struggling. I mean, he's been harassed by Save, and here comes DM now. They're gonna go straight onto this Phoenix. Phoenix can't get out and dive. Not being able to get it out. And, I mean,
man.
Gonna be brought down.
Yeah, he's a sacrificial lamb here, right? Someone has to stay top. Someone's got to do it, right? You can't just sack a whole lane.
No, definitely.
But I mean, it's still rough. He's a Phoenix. He should be able to escape, but they're just comboing their stuns particularly well against him, right?
Yeah, but I mean, while all this is happening, Tide's also been having a good game bottom. I mean, Seb has been free farming bottom, getting that farm. He's top of the network now. They're going to go straight on the Snapfire mid. Thompson, he's going to get go lifted up. They're going to try to get out of it, turn with the scatter shot. Here comes the Chrono, going to catch 2. Mortimer's is coming through, has a lot of damage coming to the Storm Spread. Because the top of the actually do a lot of damage. They were going to bring down another one. Yield's coming through. Can they manage to catch a slaughter? Unfortunately, they can't. But I mean, that's a good fight. They bring down the 2 supports and the Storm Spirit.
Yeah. No, that was big. Like, the Storm dying there was huge, right? Because Storm's reaching the point where Storm could get out of control. He's trying to finishing up that first item, or obviously going awkward, and if he gets that, he's all of a sudden he's going to do well against Phoenix, Void, Snap, and stuff like that. So, stopping that is huge.
Ravage going to be committed straight onto Slaughter. Slaughter might fall, taking a lot of damage. He's going to fall. Storm's here now, going to go on Mirana. Mirana's just going to leap out. He's going to swap with you. He's going to try to get you. He's going to go forward, but he's going to Storm back out again as the whole of her GTX. Except the Void, but Void doesn't really need to be in now. They're actually holding their own, but they got it back off now. There's a lot of damage coming onto this tide. But I think that will be the end of the aggression. Arrow's going to try to come through, but it's not going to really connect on anybody.
Right, I mean, what a fight.
Yeah, I mean...
Void's still farming. He's still committing to this Midas. I think that's alright. Because they probably will do very well late game, right?
No, definitely.
They've got Ravage, they've got Chrono, they've got Phoenix Egg. Those things are going to scale well always.
Yeah. But now, Arrow going to clip onto the Slaughter, and we've got the dive's going to be there as well. Ton of damage. Sunray is going to come through as well. Stun is actually going to connect on two. He might get out of time. I don't think so. Taking damage is too much, but here comes the Source Purge with the ball lighting coming. Going to go straight onto the Phoenix. Phoenix is going to fall. Do they actually go for anyone else? Nope, they do not. With the Moonlight Shadow being popped, is just not wise to dive under the tower.
Look, they've got good sentries there. They've got, but you don't know if there's someone rapping on you. You don't know, you don't know where Snap is. Obviously, Snap is pushing mid now, though.
Yeah. That's good. It looks like, VP are trying to fight around the timings of, OG's ultis. It is still 60 seconds for the Ravage. Ulti's still probably down for, still 30 seconds for the Faceless Void. So, they're fighting. They want to take fight knowing that these ultis are down. But, I'm surely now they know this ultis coming off a cooldown. You'll probably see them be less aggressive.
100%. Look, one of the things I think is very weird is that this Slardar is feeling like the Doom in the last game, right? He tries to go into lanes and he's just getting punished a bit for it. So it's a complete opposite of the first game. What happened in the first game. It's still it's still even. There's only 3k gold advantage for OG at the moment. Seb sitting comfy on the I actually see fight going on here. They're actually going to bring on the Faceless Void. I don't think he had Chrono up yet, or unfortunately probably not be able to get it off just in time. They're going to attention now to the Fairy. The Fairy taking out a lot of damage with the Phoenix. Going to try and keep it out. The Leaf's going to come through, but going to be enough to bring it down. Yeah, 1-for-1 trade. Void for Dark Willow, not too bad.
Yeah, I thought that's a better trade for Virtus Pro though. That's your position. One Faceless Void being for support.
Yeah, no, that's a bit of a challenge. But at the end of the day, VP in the previous game, they would have just continued the fight, right? This game they had to. They were just like, oh, we're out. As soon as they got the kill, they were like, run. It was like this OG draft is so much more potent this game in terms of these early fights.
Yeah. Tom's got to be careful. Going to be stoked up. They're going to go straight on him. He's going to go set himself up. Going to try to get it bounced straight onto the PA. But here comes the ulti from the CM. Going to do a lot of damage. You can try to pop the once. But is it going to be enough? Moonlight Shadow. Do they have detection for him? They do actually. The ball lightning shoot just finish him off. But looks like the PA will pick up the kill.
Yeah, but the pings are coming out for GM on the Slardar. He should be able to get out here. It doesn't look like the rest of OG are moving into this.
It's still, Thompson full in there. I don't think it's really bad. He's just creating space, which he actually has. As a push in the stock tier right now.
Thompson is going for a first item E-Blade. That's so cheeky from him. Look, it is good, right? It's good against PA. Like, amazing against PA. Good against Slardar. Obviously not the best against Stormsword, but their biggest problem will probably be PA, right? So it's actually going to be super efficient.
Yeah, you just pop it on the PA. PA can't do anything for a couple of seconds. You take the rest of the team down, and then you just go onto the PA.
Yeah, and PA hates magical burst damage, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna, and obviously you can obviously E-Blade someone and Mortimer kiss them, right? They're gonna move slowly. It's gonna be rough.
You got Mirana as well, the Starstorm as well do a ton of damage to it. So
Ooh, are we going to see a Roshan here?
We might just. It looks like they are. It looks like Roshi going to go for Rosh now.
This is actually quite an early Rosh. I wasn't 100% sure if they had the best Rosh lineup, but I suppose it's Tidehunter.
You got Tidehunter, you can just tank it. And you got the right click from the Void. and then hopefully the lucky bash, which you see that now, but it looks like gonna get. Looks like they double second guessing themselves here. Or maybe not. Maybe not. It looks like they might just commit it. It doesn't look like VP have a clue that this is happening, as I don't see any wards around the Roche pit for them.
Yeah, I don't think they quite know it's going, or they're just not that phased by it, you know, because they obviously know that they're not showing on the map. And look how aggressive VP are. Oh, they commit the egg to this. Wow. Okay.
Okay. I don't know if that was such a wide, then maybe maybe just a misclick there, because I don't see why he would have committed.
Well, no. So I think it was a misclick. I think they were just like, you know, let's use the egg here, make sure we get Roche, because a lot of times, like in those situations, because VP weren't showing on the map, right? So like, if they could have been smoked up or something, and
yeah, well, I mean that's a good play though. I mean, I'm sure that's probably what they were doing, because I can't see just misclicking, you know, misclicking the egg.
Look, you know, they, as much as I wouldn't do it because I'm a bit of a greedy player, you know. But I think at this tier of Dota, right, you kind of just go, this is worth an egg, right? It just is.
I mean, the egg cooldown, it's not the world's longest. 60 seconds for the next egg, and it might be up by the next fight. It looks like it, because VP are just, you know, they keep it to their side of the map at the moment. They're just hiding all the nooks and crannies. So,
look,
I mean,
this PA's gone for Battle Fury. You called it earlier. You know, I thought they would be the more aggressive, but they seem to be taking a bit more of a defensive stance here. I think it's maybe because they got Storm, right? Because Storm is quite a good scaling hero, as well as PA.
I feel if Battle Fury takes it this long to get, it's not worth it.
Well, he's had it for a while. I didn't notice it. Yeah, he's almost on his way to Deso.
Alright.
He's almost done.
Then that's fine then. Alright, but now just because it's like a lot of players I see, you know, go for this Battle Fury, and then they pick it up here in about 18 minutes, and then by then the enemy teams have already pushed all the towers, and it just feels so useless having that item. Yes, you can farm quick with it, but you're not gonna have space to, because all your towers are down. So
100%. We see a bit of a smoke up here. It looks like they want to use Chrono. They've obviously got a bunch of items up now on this Void, but I think they knew something was up here, right?
Yeah.
Because look at the way they're moving down bottom.
Yeah. No, obviously Doji's not showing on the map anyway, so, you know, just start hiding in the trees, and I hope Oji doesn't find you. But they might just find the Slaughter here, but Slaughter's a little bit too quick.
Yeah. Snapfire had haste, so it was like potential chase, but it looks like they're gonna actually turn here and go back for the...
Or they're gonna go straight onto the Void. Void's gonna be silenced now. He's not gonna be able to do anything. He's gonna fall once, but that's just the ages. They got it back off now. VP backing off now, because they know he's gonna come back with Chrono. But are they gonna find anybody? That's the question. Doesn't look like it. It's gonna look like they're...
I mean,
they're just keeping it.
They GTFO'd there so quickly. It was like, you know, in their Discord chat they were just like, get out. You know, there was no two ways about it, and that was like brilliant coordination. I mean, you know, there was not one player that was not like, oh, we're getting out. You know, it happened immediately. You know.
But I mean, it just shows you how quickly they can bring down this Void. Luckily, he had the Aegis there. I mean, but they popped him so quickly. So
well, this Aegis timing is, Orchid timing on Storm is like a big thing for specifically Void, right? Because he's not going Manta, he's going BKB, which will help, but he hasn't got it yet. He hasn't got it.
No. Yeah, so he's very vulnerable now. But once that BKB comes up, you probably want to go maybe for the Tide or something. Maybe, you know, to try to stop that Ravage. But I mean, eventually I see the Set picking up a BKB of his own, you know, just to make sure that Ravage does come off.
He might go Lotus, I think. Maybe,
maybe Lotus, yeah.
Just so he can save his teammates a bit. Because you know, obviously Void is very susceptible to quite a bunch of the you know, stuff coming out from VP. And you know, there's quite a good number of targets here. You know, they've got a lot of single target stuff here. And you know, obviously, debuffs are going to be very key as well.
Yeah. Well, I see. Thompson gonna queue up the sheepstick.
Oof, yeah. I mean, that's great against PA, right? You can get BKB. It doesn't matter if you get insta hexed.
Yeah. So we see OG just pressurizing the tier 2 bottom tower. VP actually going to try to contest this as terrorists come through. Ball likely going to come through straight onto the Sty. Ty's going to be standing up a little bit, but Runa Sharon's going to be, doesn't have any vision for this. It does not look like it, as it's just going to back off. Sunray going to come through just to heal up a bit on Chrono. Chrono's actually going to catch two, but the Storm's in there to have enough damage to burst out the Storm. And the Ravage is going to be committed as well, catching on 3. They're going to bring down the Storm. They're going to catch it down to the Slaughter. With the Sunray coming through, they should have more than enough damage to bring down the Slaughter. They're taking a while, but they do pop him. But Fairy is also going to try to get out there. Unfortunately, they're going to bring it down. And that's 3 heroes down for VP. OG just dominating the fight.
Yo, look, I mean, you know, once they initiated onto Tide, they should have just backed, you know. Look, it was a bit weird, right? Because Tide did actually take a ton of damage, but unfortunately it cost them quite a bit.
Well, I mean, they kind of saw the Sunray come through as well, so they should have known the Phoenix is there, and then probably most likely the rest of the team, so they should have maybe backed off there. But they were committed, and I mean, the Void was in it very quickly as well with that Corona catching 2 of them, I believe. And yeah, I mean, and it was 2 of the core heroes, so Tide now it's a lot of trouble. You're gonna get caught in the Bramble Maze, no detection. They do actually have detection there with the dust, so gotta be careful. You'll see if they're straight onto them, might actually bring Storm in a lot of trouble, taking a lot of damage. The Bash are gonna come through, they're gonna bring down the Storm. They're gonna turn the channel, or Aldi coming through from the CM, we're gonna hit a lot of them. I don't think it's gonna be a full duration. No, it's all the Bash, they're gonna get nicked onto the CM. CM's gonna fall as well, and turning attention now to the Slaughter. Slaughter also in the world of trouble, gonna be brought down in the main one in the back line. They're trying to go on somebody else here, but everybody's just going to manage to back up in time. I mean, Thompson going deep. He's looking for more blood. Straight onto the PA as you predicted that E-Blade. But yeah, he's gonna be careful now. He's taking a lot of damage in the base. PA might not. They don't seem to have detection from the Corsican come through. Gonna force him out. They're gonna bring down the Thompson now. They bring down Marana as well. What is the Void going to TP out, but yeah, it looks like Seb in a world of trouble now. Left all his loads, they're going to try just to tank up as much as he can and smash just for the fun of it, but it's not going to be enough.
I mean, yeah, look, OG got a lot out of that, but yeah, I mean,
but they gave away too much as well. I mean, they got the tier 3 tower. I mean, yeah, the Rax is open now. Bottom lane, the Rax is open now. But I mean, it cost him 3 years.
Yeah, look, they've 2 buybacks coming out of the side of VP. Obviously, it was CM and Slaughter.
Yeah.
But not bad. You know, I think it was good for OG, but VP kind of got enough to make it like not slip out of their hands, right? Because the game's only 4K, right? Between the 2 teams. I mean, if we look at the XP as well, it's around 2K for OG, for VP, funny enough. So I mean, yeah, it's very close.
Bottom lane is some action going on the Slaughter. Slaughter just pulled back. Oh no! Thompson gonna pick up the well actually I said Thompson no tell with the help of Thompson's gonna pick up that kill. And he has no buyback now. For 66 seconds. I mean, I don't feel OG is gonna be able to push all the way in time.
I mean, they might try, right? They've got Egg, they've got Chrono, Ravage, Mortimer Kisses, but he probably will be back like halfway through the fight at least.
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, they're actually pushing this quite quickly. They might actually at least get a Rex, as one set of Rex. Well, not a set, but half a Rex, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like VP actually even want to defend this. So.
No, they can't. I mean, Ravage is up. So is the Chrono, so they got to be very careful. They might just actually take this full set of Rex. As VP are probably just thinking, no, let's just sack these Rex and defend the others.
With some TVs coming back in, we'll see if they go for this.
Oh, you got Ball Light, they're gonna go straight onto. Nope, he just jumps out of the Void Shot's out there, but now the Tide's here. Tide convert the Ravage. Doesn't look like it just yet. Bramble Maze with the Curse Ground and the Terror's gonna come through, gonna chase him back. Well, now the Void in a lot of trouble. He's gonna get duels now, but stunned for days. He's gonna be able to do anything. He's gonna pop the BKB now, gonna turn around straight onto this the Fairy. Fairy's got a lot of trouble. She's gonna get bursted down by ILTW, and they're still gonna go for those Raps. OG doesn't care.
Yeah, they can't really stop them.
No.
I mean, they didn't commit any ultis there. And BKBs on the side of VP were popped. You know, that was obviously Void popped his BKB, but you know, they've still got Ravage, they've still got Egg. I think, you know, they'd commit here.
Yeah, I think VP are wise. They should know to sack those racks and try to defend the rest. I mean, you still got 2 racks. It's just one set of racks that's down. Let them take it and try not to lose your. Because if you take a bad fight there, it's going to be more than one set of racks.
This Thompson build is It is so pog. I'm actually so scared to try it in a pub though, because
No,
you know,
you never tried it. Never.
look, obviously it's specifically good here. Like, obviously it's like PA's having a hard time because of Thompson, right? Specifically, PA's second guessing jumping in now, because as soon as he does, right? Thompson.
No, he's gonna be put out now. But also a lot of damage with the crit
Oh.
coming through from Epileptic
I-
Kid, and yeah.
I think I must just not say anything nice about Thompson, because then he gets gone on. Oh man.
But I mean, this mid tower is still standing. We haven't actually spoken about this. I mean, they haven't actually put any pressure on this tower. OG defended this tower so well throughout this game.
Yeah, look, I mean, one of the things that Snap is so good at is clearing waves, right? And obviously that magic burst damage, obviously, you don't want to be at a tower just tanking that damage. So,
yeah.
But I think VP needs to get it. I think you're right. I think it's super important, and
Yeah,
I don't think it's easy for them to do. BKB.
Dagger.
What?
Do pop the BKB.
PA. Oh, they're doing the laughs.
No.
Safe, just laughing at his teammate. At least I don't feel alone now. Like I know pros do it. Epileptic Kid, dude, I feel you, man. I feel you.
But yeah, we'll see the NKB come through now for the Faceless Void. So this PA is going to have bashes in her face now.
Well, I think you mean MKB, yeah. Ooh, that's
sorry,
rough.
did I say BK?
Yeah, I think he said
NKB.
I think he said. To be honest, my brain was not 100% there. Either way, he's got MKB, right? So
Yeah,
I think
MKB,
that's
yeah,
PA. And look, PA's got Deso, BKB, and Battle Fury almost at Basher as well. So that's kind of something that's got to be a bit scary.
I mean, she's sitting on top of the net worth. I mean, she can in a form, regardless of.
Yeah.
She's not what's it one? I think she's only died once, so it's not the train smash.
Yeah. Look, Epileptic Kid's an absolute beast of a carry. Like as a pos one, he really is. But I think with Aegis on Void now, that's PA's not going to be able to BKB and kill someone, and then win the fight, because they got Aegis, they got all their ultis. It's a little scary now for VP. They got to. I mean, you see where Epileptic Kid is actually farming, right? He's farming their triangle.
Yeah, well, you don't expect the PG to be there, so why not? But I mean, while he's there, they're gonna. I'm sure. Yeah, they're gonna start pressuring this tier 2 tower now. I mean,
100%.
is he gonna keep it back? And he's got to. I mean, he's gonna keep it back. He's got to help defend this base. Without him there, it's kind of you're gonna sack those racks as well.
Yeah, look, I think they're definitely gonna sack these outer towers, right? I think
definitely.
if they take a normal fight, they lose, right? It's gotta be like a PogChamp high ground defense.
Yeah. But I mean, already Void is just doing so much damage, and we're gonna jump onto him now. Also taking a ton of damage, they're gonna blow him up, but that's his first life. They back off immediately. He's scared of that, but they're gonna see the terrorists come through. Do they actually bring him down again? Or they might. The crits coming through. He's gonna bring him down. They turn attention to Nota now. Oh, the second crit coming through. Oh man, this PA doing a ton of damage. BKB on the slaughter, trying to find a target. They're gonna try to go on Thompson. Thompson taking a lot of damage. He's gonna fall. I mean, VP taking the fight of their lives here. But they bring out the Ron as well. That's gonna come through. They just team wipe OG right there.
I don't even know where that came from, right? Look, it almost felt like that VP were dominating the game and were ahead in gold, right? But that's not the case. And they won that fight into an Aegis. I mean, if you look,
I'm sorry. They played that so well.
I know, right?
I mean, they pop Void so quickly, right? They back off. But they and just before he spawns back, from that Aegis, the Terrorize was the Aegis chasing away, and from there, while he's running away, they pop him again. And without the Void there, without the Chrono, there's nothing they can do. I don't think the Ravage was committed. Nope, the Ravage was not committed either. So I'm sorry, VP, you blew my mind right there.
I mean, look at that. They still have Egg up, they still have Chrono up, they still have Ravage up.
Yeah.
That just shows you why I think the team fight went badly, right? Because they just couldn't get their ultis off. And that just shows the burst damage. Hey, I mean, did you see PA? I mean, PA's at the top of the net.
The crap out of Notel shame.
Yeah. It looks like Slaughter's in a lot of trouble. Yeah, he pops BKB and TP's out. Yeah, I should get out of there.
Yeah, you'd be up fine. This comes down to VP having that control again. All the different how they can control the single hero. We saw it in as the the faces void just melted there twice, like straight away. There wasn't even a split second for him to just try to leap out or anything. It was just instantly dead as soon as he respawned.
Yeah.
So
Look, the one thing about that I like about VP's lineup, and I know they've done it twice in a row, but I think they do it for a very specific reason, is that most of their damage is short cooldown damage, right? Whereas, OG's isn't quite, but that also works in a separate way, right? But you have to get off those big ultis to do the damage, whereas VP don't, right? You look at the PA consistently will output damage. Storm Spirit as well, Slardar, Willow, CM, all these heroes do that. So I think OG need to. I mean, I'm sure they're aware of how they need to be aware of how the damage is coming through to them. They need to get those initiations because if they can take out like a PA, the fight's over, right? Like VP are done for. So we'll see.
I mean, the PA or the Storm Spirit, I would suggest. We start seeing Epileptic Kid start with those domination sprees now.
Yeah, look, I mean, he's got an abyssal here. I think that's so key. I mean, if he can jump like a snap and abyssal, he can't E-blade. He can't E-blade. So, that's like a whole different fight. But he needs to be careful as well. I don't think abyssal keeps him alive. His BKB is getting short. I think, he's down to a 5-second BKB already.
Could be rough. Oh, you gotta be careful here now. They're gonna spot. But they're actually going to go straight on this Tide taking a lot of damage, but they can actually catch the Chrono. They're going to catch his PA. They're going to manage to bring him down in time. The Chrono almost pop the BK, but it's still going to fall. It's turning attention to. Actually, the Ravage going to come to. It's going to connect onto the CM to stop that ulti. But I mean, that's a good kill. They do bring on the PA and the CM.
Yep. I mean, PA was worth a lot, and they had a gold and they got the PA who was worth a lot. So.
There's no buyback. There's no buyback on this PA.
Yeah. Oh, that's rough. That's a second Rax. I don't think they defend that.
I mean, Ravage and Chrono's down. So
and Egg and
as well. Yeah. So I mean, they cancel defenders without those abilities. But I mean, it's going to be risky. As we see, they're going to commit the fortification just to try to save some time in for this PA to get back. But I think this is going to be Rex. But Ball Lightning is just going to come through just to try to disturb this push, but OG doesn't care. But Yul's going to go straight up onto the Void. Void's just going to leap out of there. I mean, they're actually doing a good job. They're doing a good job. They're still struggling with this as the tower repair kit going to come through as well, just to try to negate some of that damage, but it's not going to be enough. It's going to fall right now. Going to start working on the range racks. Oof.
Yeah, this is looking a little rough for VP right now. Losing that PA was rough. They could have lost other heroes and potentially saved the racks. It was unfortunate. But you see how OG got off their ultis and the fight was different. I think, they got their initiation. It looked good. Obviously VP did well there to not lose anyone else, right? Because, there was a Ravage, there was a Phoenix Egg, there was a Chrono, there was a Mortimer Kisses, all that jazz, right? But they only did technically lose a PA and a CM, right? That could have been a full team wipe. I think them losing a Rax though was that's a bit of that's an extra nail in the coffin right now.
It was a PA worth a lot of gold, so it was worth 714 gold, and that was to the Void, Faceless Void. So,
I mean, he's got a Heaven's Halberd now, right? That's a big deal for PA again, and Slardar, right? I mean,
no, definitely. I mean, they are, you can see OG are trying to itemize, to counter this PA. And it's working so far, but we'll see Thompson in a lot of trouble. He's going to get pulled back into the Bramble Mates as well, taking a ton of damage. But I think the rest of the team was just like, sorry, Thompson, you're on your own there, buddy. And I'm going to back off.
I mean, Chrono and Ravage went up. I think they would have taken that fight if it was probably up.
No, definitely. 10 seconds on the Ravage. Chrono is also 10 seconds, so that's going to be up in the next couple of seconds. So they could actually take the fight, and we might see it now with the Midnight Shadow coming through. Maybe just try to find a pick up, but with Thompson here, it might be just a little bit difficult without that extra damage from the Mortimer Kisses.
Yeah, look, they could take it if it was outside the base. I think VP, if they just turtle up, they're not going to fight. But we'll see. It's I mean, they're still inverse. They're still running around here. I think they might actually run into him here.
No, but they smoke up on VP now. They do actually spot the Void taking over. Here comes the Ravage, going to connect on 3 actually, but where's the Chrono? Chrono's going to come through, not going to connect on all 3 of them. The Ashes coming through, didn't have enough damage to bring down anybody. The PA taking a lot of, she's going to fall. That took a chance on the Void, also taking a lethal fall. Tide Tide going to try to get first, but the Dust is going to be there. And this is what I say, without the Thompson, there's no follow-up damage. They're trying to heal up this Tide. Tide's going to turn around now. Going to go try to go on the CM, going to go in visit. She's going to TP out of there. Start off in the back, only go onto this, onto Notel. Notel manages to get out there. Corrosive face, but here comes Thompson now. To have the 8 that we've committed as well. There should be enough to bring on the Slaughter. Slaughter in a lot of trouble. Leaf going to come through from Thompson just to secure it. 8's on the pop, but I mean, they still lost the Void. But I mean, they get Slaughter and the PA.
I mean, that was such a good chrono from ILTW. That was PogChamp.
I didn't know he was gonna get it off though.
Yeah, no, honestly I thought he was dead, but you know, like the turnaround damage though is so rough. You know, because VP couldn't do anything. You know, when he didn't die, it was like oh shit, GG. You know, like because like the chrono hit like so many of them. I mean, it was.
Oh no. Thompson's just gonna mount.
Oh, did he just E-blade him and?
Yeah, it's so sad. Well, he didn't actually E-blade him. It was just straight up.
He's got a DD. He's got a DD. Yeah, that's rough.
But yeah, I mean, it's still a back and forth game. I mean, by no means over for VP. I think if VP, you know, get a crucial pick off, they take the team fight. If they bring down this Void, I feel VP just need to fight around those ulti cooldowns of OG.
Yeah, one of the challenges is you got to get them to cast them. That's the only challenge. But buyback. Oh, they're gonna stop the Roshan. All right.
Yeah, but Roshan is not up for another 30 seconds, so.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's probably a super long cooldown, right?
Leveler on now onto the PA.
Let's see. She might keep the Paladin Sword potentially.
Maybe.
Who else do you give it to? Slaughter. Slaughter's actually pretty good with it, so.
I suppose you can give the level to Slaughter as well.
Yeah. I think Paladin Sword's kind of pog as well, so I'm kind of chilled with that decision.
But yeah, Roshan going to be up now, and both teams know this up. We see the courier fall in, Seb's courier going to fall there now. But we'll see, it looks like VP going to have their first shot at it, but rotation's coming from OG now. It's ulti up, Ravage is up now, but so is the chrono, so VP got to be very, very careful here. All right, they're going to come through, going to go straight on this Void once again. Is Void going to be able to get the ulti off? That's the question. Doesn't look like he's taking so much damage. He actually managed to get to Bashful. He's going to get off the catch too. Is PA in it? But no, it doesn't look like taking a lot of damage. Do actually pick out the PA. PA is going to be forced to buy back. Solana's going to fall. Not going to buy back just yet, but Tide's going to buy back as well after falling. Do they manage to bring down anybody else? That's the question. Well, this actually preparing a lot of trouble. Save's going to fall, so he's going to fall just before getting the Yule Scepter off on Suska. But I mean, that's 2 years down with buybacks spent on them. They're still not done yet. Well, they're actually going to bring down. We're going to bring down the Marana. But
Thompson with the ultra kill.
They're gonna catch him somewhere. And Thompson for the ultra kill. And I don't see them contesting this anymore. They just can't. There's 3 years down. Only the PA and PA is going to be very careful as she brought back in the last fight. But it doesn't look like it's over. They're all hanging around yet. Gotta be careful. But the buyback coming from Store Spirit, they go now. But they're not ulti time. All they managed and still Void able to pick up the agents. But they gotta be very careful. Yeah, PA taking a ton of damage. No buyback, and that's down. And so is the Storm. Storm's got no buyback whatsoever. So does the PA.
GG.
And game 2 goes to OG.
I mean, man. What a game, Crispy. You know, look, it was a completely different game from game 1, right? From the get-go. The teams were like completely. Look, obviously, VP tried to do a similar play, right? You know, they went for a similar draft. They stuck to what they knew and what worked in game 1. But I think OG reacted correctly, right? If you can team fight them, if you can deal with early aggression, you know, if you can still have that slight edge on them in the late game, you should be good. And I think, VP are in the position where they got to be like, okay, our draft didn't quite work. You know, how do we switch this up? You know, was something that they dealt with, like this mid-snap, an issue? Because Thompson had a good game. Thompson had a very good game. You know, obviously, ILTW also had a very good game. I think, his chronos were on point. It was a bit shaky in the beginning, but, once those team fights started breaking out, he was good.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, you could see the difference from game one and game two now with OG. You know, with a better lineup, they can still dominate. But it didn't look too bad for VP either. I mean, VP also had the moments there where it looked like they could turn the game around. I mean, you know, team might be in OG. Near the end there, almost kind of think of, okay, VP can actually turn this around, but unfortunately, you know, there's risk you got to take, and the risk they did take, you know, with that rush fight, and unfortunately, yeah, with all the buybacks coming through and still trying to contest for that rush, it just didn't work out for them. And OG, you know, taking game two, so yeah, we're off to game three, Supertramp.
Yeah, no, I'm super amped for game three. I mean, look, VP could have won that. You're right, 100%. That team wipe at the, towards near the end, they could have just done it again potentially. I mean, you saw them with the previous ages. They won that fight. They brought down the Void immediately. Look, their initiations on the Void were brilliant. They just could never finish him, right? It was like, how is he living? I mean,
I mean, there was a lot. Yeah, you saw now, halfway through the game, they managed to blow him up very quickly. But those last few couple of team fights, they just couldn't burst him down quick enough. He would turn around and then, just that lifesteal just started, getting those bashes and those lifesteals coming through. He managed to get the chrono off. Usually he got like 3 or 4 chrono. Ravage would follow up after that. And then there was just nothing they could do anymore after that because they were just so crippled. And,
I mean, they also committed like entirely onto the Void, because if they killed the Void, the fight will go so much better for them. I mean, we saw it in when OG tried to push mid. They took down the Void, they backed off, they took the Void down again, and all of a sudden the fight was theirs. So they tried to do it again, but OG obviously being very clinical in their play, and knew that this was going to be something that they were going to try. And they just kept him up. Tide was there just to keep him up. He had the greaves, he had the medallion, he had the glimmer. I mean, that was Tide's job. Seb was entirely playing around saving Void, pretty much. I know he didn't get it, but he was going for a Lotus Orb. I don't think you kill the Void then, right? Because he gets medallion, he gets Lotus up, he gets glimmered, right? Now you need dust, you need minus armor, and you need ways of dealing with the Lotus Orb. That's too much, right? That's just too much.
Yeah, there was so much. And I mean, also, that Tide was so tanky as well. They couldn't really initiate on the Tide because of that tankiness of his. But I mean, they couldn't really get to the backlines either because Void was always there. And I mean, the chrono was just, in their minds the whole time. And they couldn't really play around that. The fact of the matter is, if they don't burst this Void down straight away, he's going to get a chrono off with at least, 3 years in it, as it was. The PA that's up close. There's the Storm that would probably zip in very close, try to pull him in as well. You got the Slaughter as well that's going to be there. So he would at least catch 3. And those 3 are probably the most important heroes to catch in the chrono. And that just happened. They couldn't burst him down quick enough, and you got the chrono off, and those 3 heroes were caught in the chrono time and time again, and they got brought down. So, yeah, it was very, very difficult for VP to, take a decent fight.
Yeah, I mean, and if you think about the lineup from OG, there is no backline to go on, right? You try going Snap, you try going Phoenix. Those heroes are still strength heroes. They're still, they're really tanky heroes. Obviously Mirana, squishy, right? Tidehunter, tanky, Void, technically squishy, but that's crazy, right? Who do you go on? You have to go on Void every single time. So I understand, where VP were in that game. They ran out of steam to kill the Void. That was when the game changed entirely, right? If you don't kill Void, you don't win the fight. If you lose PA, you almost certainly lose the fight as well.
It was just a rough game. I mean, rough game for VP, but I mean, it's not over yet. It's 1-1 in this Vessel 3. Last game to come. I want to see the drafts now. Do you think VP we're going to go for a similar draft as it did in game 1 and 2? Are we going to see the Fairy? Are we going to see maybe a Slaughter or Magnus again? Are we going to see a PA again? Or do you think they're going to go different?
I think there's a good chance we won't see a Void. I got a feeling that's not coming through, right?
All right.
Look, it's a bit of a weird one, right? Because I can't quite remember what they banned in the first phase last time. I know Magnus was banned. That was that would have been a game changer if they had a Magnus instead of a Slaughter. Because then it gives you an RP to lock down this Void, right? Instead of just the blink, stun, and bash, right? Because that he can generally get out of that, But if you RP like 3 of them, then your PA's got a Battle Fury and just like goes ham on them. You know
Mm.
that, and I think that's OG realized that they were like, the PA's good, but with the magnets, it's a problem.
Yeah.
So I think they've brilliantly done from OG. Look, in terms of the draft, I'm a huge fan of OG's draft right now, and I think I said it when we were talking about the draft, but this is what they had to do in game one, right?
Yeah.
I think they tried too much of their own different weird stuff with Luna Mid,
Yeah.
which is cool. It's fun, but I'm not. VP is not a team that's going to let you get away with some of those things.
Yeah. No, no, definitely. I fully agree with you. Yeah, like you said, I think it was just a weird little draft strat. Maybe they were trying for maybe they tried it out in like a pub game or something of this, or against another team, and maybe it worked for them to maybe try it out again. But yeah, VP not falling for that and actually just dominated in the first game. But I mean, second game, OG redeemed themselves. Getting that those big those good like all round good team fight heroes, and they just showed that lineup worked brilliantly. I mean, there was one or two rough fights for OG, but I mean, ultimately they took the game. They just played those heroes so well.
Yeah, no, look, it's a tricky one to identify and deal with, right? What
Mm.
happened in that game because what VP were doing was working, right?
Yeah,
But it just stopped working, right? And that's why I think the Void will get banned out. But then they also have to think about, does Snap get through, right? Because
yeah,
I mean, it wasn't like they were entirely comboing Snap with Mortimer Kisses.
yeah.
Snap
No,
was
but
just
I don't.
perpetually on top of them, fighting them, grinding them away, and they just couldn't kill
Mm.
Thompson. Obviously, in the early game, that's why I say VP, it was working, because they were
Yeah,
killing these heroes, but the game just got to a point where it just stopped. It was like
yeah,
they hit a brick wall, and all of a sudden the game changed.
yeah. But
And
I
yeah,
mean, I think that snap wasn't picked, because of the void and the crown and all that. I
mm,
mean, that's a good combo, but I honestly think that wasn't the reason why they picked up the snap. I think a snap was for the PA, as we saw the snap did very well against a PA. With the E blade, just just scaring that PA away completely, and actually dominating him later on the game. But I mean, it worked in a good couple of fights, like a good fight. It worked. But we also saw times that it didn't work. But I kind of think they kind of picked that snapfire just for the PA.
yeah. Well, it's a weird one. They were probably sitting there thinking, Thompson was probably like, we need to deal with PA, we've got a void, like what do we need? And it was probably,
Mm.
I don't know if Thompson's been playing quite a lot of stuff. I know a lot of pros have been doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't specifically seen Thompson do it, but most likely he has been playing it. So it's probably something that they were like, this is strong, let's do it. It works
Yeah,
against PA. It's going to be good against, it's going to be good with the Void. So,
yeah.
it just fit perfectly. So I do kind of question whether they'll pick it again. But if they
Mm-hmm.
do, should they be picking these squishy heroes?
But that's the
From
thing.
VP side.
But that's the thing. I don't. That's what I asked. Do you think we'll see those heroes again? We might see the PA again, but we'll probably see someone, a different lineup with, tankier heroes. I don't think you'll see the CM again. I don't think you'll see the Fairy again. But I don't know. I don't know. VP, maybe that's been working for VP. I mean, it clearly worked for them in the first game. Second game, they didn't have. It wasn't a bad lineup for them. I mean, it was working to a certain extent. It's just unfortunately, OG, just had that big team fight abilities and won in the game. So I don't know. It's difficult. We're just gonna have to go into the draft and see.
Look, so
Um,
I don't think VP is going to get mag again, right? I don't think OG lets that
no,
happen, right? So I think VP has to maybe shy away from what their draft was from game one and two. I
yeah,
think they got to be like, can we get away with the PA again? I don't, I'm sitting in the position where I'm thinking, VP maybe needs to just go away from the PA.
yeah,
If you're not going to get mag, don't go for the PA, right?
yeah,
Or maybe you can, but you got to switch up the rest of your draft then, right? Because
yes,
you need another way to expedite the PA's farm, buff him up super hard, whether that's an ogre or something. I think that's fine,
mm,
that could potentially work, but you can't go with this like uh, CM Dark Willow duo maybe, or I
yeah,
suppose maybe you could go like a different offlaner, but they've definitely prioritized stuns in their offlaner. at least in this series, right? Um,
Yeah.
so it's going to be interesting. I'm not sure if this third game is up, Crispy.
No, we're still waiting on one more player.
How do you see
Uh,
that?
you search on lobbies and you just go
All right.
all region in the captain mode, all regions, and you'll see the OGA Dota Pit
Oh wow. Okay,
EUCIS.
cool.
Yeah. Come, bro, you gotta catch up. Be with the
I gotta
times, man.
I gotta catch up. Yeah, yeah. So wait, so all regions, game modes, captain's mode.
And then you'll see it's the fourth one. It's OGA Dota Pit EUCIS.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just send us lobby password.
As it is, we do see 10 out of 10, so that game should be started soon. Yeah, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the next draft. Or the next game, should I say? I think.
Well, I
mean,
agree. The draft is actually going to be a key point, right?
Yeah,
Because
I don't think
yeah,
a win. I don't think a win in this sense is matters for either of these teams at the moment. I mean, yeah, I mean, you want to say an upper bracket, but I mean, you can always just play yourself through the lower bracket as well. So I mean, I don't think a win is like necessary in this game.
yeah. Look,
So
I think they're both going to be pushing for a win here, but
yeah,
you know, you're right. You're right. It's not like the biggest deal, right? Because it's not
yeah,
like there's huge. It's not like this huge pool of teams. You know, this is like you're gonna have to play hard teams anyway, no matter what
yeah.
happens, right? So you know, if whether you're going through the low bracket, upper bracket, you're gonna have hard matches. You know, these guys play a lot of Dota anyway, right? So
Yeah.
you know, for them to play more Dota, you know, like
Yeah, that's second nature to these guys now.
yeah, yeah. I mean, so I suspect they're not like this. This isn't like a make or break game, specifically in this Dota pit.
Mm. Right, we're just waiting for the teams. I mean, at least 10 out of 10 in the lobby now, just waiting for the teams to start the game. And then obviously another 2 minutes, the 2 minute delay before the match.
Before the action match starts.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm keen on this. I kind of expected it though, right? Because you spoke a bit about the stats of them previously playing before. I mean, you know, 3-2 to VP previously. You know, obviously OG's been in a weird position where they haven't been like straight up 2-0 teams, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
They've generally dropped. Have they?
Yeah, they have been. They have been. It's just, I mean, they have their moments. Let's just put it that way. They have their moments. I think they lose because they try these, as we saw in the first, they try these weird strats, which I don't think any other team would try.
I mean, you know, good luck getting Thompson to play like standard stuff, right?
No, Thompson will never play standard stuff.
He's like, oh wait, this is meta. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go play something completely different.
I mean, and of course, Thompson, I think that's what he breaks Dota, and then you see these patches come through that nerf these heroes and all that, just because of Thompson. Damn you, Thompson.
I mean, it's cool. It's cool. I like it. You know, stale metas are horrible. I actually don't like our current meta. I think it's a bit stale.
The current meta, although I mean, I'm still waiting for the Svens to come through for these pros. Like I haven't seen.
Well, you know that's fallen off in this scene a bit. You know, it's still prevalent in like tier 2 and tier 3 Dota. But you know the pro teams have started figuring it out. You know that's why Underlords become so good. You know, it's kind of why teams are also veering away to these PAs and these new carries because the Svens are just not cutting it anymore, right?
Yeah.
But it's an interesting one, right? Because the Sven could technically still be good for a draft. I think they just won't be first phasing it. You know, like I've seen a few other teams do, in some of the tiers.
All right. I mean, the game. It looks like the game. They went into game now, just waiting for that 2 minute delay. Just looking for it to pop up.
Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think it's on the ball's in VP's court here, right? Like you know, OG are in a position where they just took a game in this series, and what they were doing worked, right? VP's in a position where they got to be like, oh no, we got to figure out how to change this. So I got a feeling we're gonna see a completely new draw from VP. I think OG are gonna have to adapt and react to that, which is gonna mean that I hate to say this, but one team I think is gonna get stomped in this best of 3. This last match, because I think we're going to see something that a team is not expecting, or we're going to see a team try and do something that just won't work, right? That will get punished. I think because it's a best of 3 series, you know, it's the last game. They have to do something to win the series, right? So no team is going to just go, oh, let's just do the same thing, right? Maybe OG will, But I think, OG were very specific at dealing with what VP were doing. And I think, that it's going to be a big factor in VP changing their draft, which therefore means OG must change theirs. You know? So it's a weird one, right? It's like a chicken and an egg. Who came first? Who's going to draft the first crazy thing, right?
Yeah. No, definitely. I fully agree with you on that one. Just waiting for this.
So which was the match coming up later today? I know there's another series coming up.
The series later today will be Enigma versus Viking GG.
Oh, that's going to be a big one.
Yeah, that's also big. But that is at 10 o'clock tonight. Well, actually, it says it's scheduled for 11, but without time, it's probably going to start. It says another hour, 19 minutes. So, yeah, I think it's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, who knows?
I mean, that's esports, right? Timings on games. It's just not a thing.
I mean, as a pro, when the pros are ready, everything is ready. Who needs schedules when they are ready?
Yeah, look, I mean, it's weird. Look, we'll have to just double check our calculations on time zones.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like a time traveler. You got to be like just predicting things. It's like
I'm so glad we came on earlier when we did, though.
Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, still just waiting for the lobby to come up. Don't know if you see anything on your side there, Supertramp.
Let me just have another quick check.
I don't see the lobby I don't see the lobby anymore, so I assume the game's on its way. So I'm just waiting for the.
You just gotta click load more. I'm just loading more just in case. All right, it's up. I can see it. Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, there we go. Cool, awesome stuff. So
yeah. Let's see.
Let's get into game 3, Supertramp. I
Let's do it.
It's basically Supertramp versus CrispyNanas here.
Yeah.
So.
Basically, right? Like, go VP, dude. Go VP. Oh, dude, I'm so stressed, man. Look, I want VP to win so bad, but I'm so scared after that last match.
Alrighties. As we get into this draft.
Yeah, I don't know how we got into it so early, right? We must have joined as it came up, right? Because I'm seeing the first bans.
Yeah, I mean OG banning that.
Omni Knight, yeah.
Omni Knight. I don't know what's going on with me, but Morphling keep banned out for Virtus Pro.
Yeah, look, I think those are standard bans. We saw both teams prioritizing these heroes as bans. I suspect we see Magnus here from OG. I don't see how they let that through, right? Because VP's gonna just be like, okay, cool, we know it worked, we know it's good, let's yoink it.
I don't know, like, I'm still thinking about what you said, like, one these teams are gonna throw a curveball, one of these teams are gonna throw a curveball in this match. As we see this Sven
Maybe I was completely wrong about that, Sven, but
I just don't want to deal with it, that's just how it is.
Look, Sven's a hero that's just super annoying in this patch, so, until it gets banned. Oh, that's why they didn't ban it. Oh, dude, you cheeky fellas.
You see the Virtus Pro picking up the Assassin straight away, and then Phoenix from OG. But yeah, I think Magnus into Egg is very good. I mean, there's good combo, good synergy between the two
I'm
heroes.
worried. Virtus Pro, what's going on, guys? Magnus is one of those heroes that's good against PA just because he always has a stun through a BKB.
Yeah.
And it means you can never have a mag PA. It's just like, oh.
I kind of think Virtus Pro never really thought about that pick because, I mean, that pick was immediate after Magnus.
Well, the big question is, do you ban Void or do you ban Magnus, right?
Yeah,
so I think they would like, let's play to something we know is a problem, right?
Yeah.
Which was the Void. Them picking up Magnus isn't like a complete game changer, right?
Yeah.
It's just good. It's just a good pick.
No, definitely. That by no means is it going to mean like this Phantom is going to have a bad game or anything like that.
I mean, we see epileptic kid on this PA has been absolute beast.
I mean, all 3 games so far. I mean, you just see those crits come through. I mean, the Dota gods are smiling on epileptic kid with those crits. But we do see a Mars. I mean, Rena always a good, good ability with the spear. And all that. So, I mean, you see bands coming out now from OG. We've got the Lena band. Virtus Pro going to be banning now shortly. But yeah, I mean, good synergy between the two teams. You know, the heroes on both sides. It's good synergy so far.
Yeah, look,
But yeah,
I think Mars is good. I think Mars does what you know, you see VP always pick a offlaner that has a good way of locking down people, good
yeah,
control, right?
yeah.
And Mars does that probably even better than Slardar, right? You know,
Mm,
obviously Magnus, I mean, beating RP in terms of control is like impossible, or
yeah.
it's like really hard. Um, obviously Mars is a bit weird, right? You know, if VP could have picked up Phoenix, I would have said their draft would be like insanely good. But unfortunately, OG, you know, they've kind of denied them as well those two heroes, right?
Mm,
Magnus and Phoenix.
yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how VP decide to deal with that.
I think, like I said, I don't think you'll be seeing the same draft that you have been seeing in the previous two games. So I don't think you're going to be seeing a CM. I don't think you're going to be seeing a Dark Willow. I think you might be seeing something completely different in this game. As you'll see OG banning Shadow Demon now.
Well,
Lifesteal being banned
so,
out Virtus Pro.
so funny enough, I thought that as well, right? Because we at the beginning of this draft, but I'm actually seeing similar drafts, right?
I think
Just
so.
slightly different, right? You know, OG going for these high team fight heroes,
Mm,
Virtus Pro, you know, sticking with the PA, going for the same kind of a offlaner. You
yeah.
know, it's different but kind of the same, right?
Mm,
But you know, we're still early on in this. We see
yeah.
Undying getting banned out. You know, Lifestealer obviously because they picked up a Mars.
Mm,
Um, and they obviously need a physical dealer, damage dealer.
yeah.
That's why they banned out Troll Warlord, which would have been kind. Wait, yeah. I mean, Troll Warlord would have been alright.
I mean, I don't. I mean, he's also a nice right clicker, but uh, I don't. I don't know about this meta though. We haven't been seeing him much at all in this meta.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you
I
know,
don't know.
obviously, he's a good damage dealer against PA, good lockdown with the nets and stuff.
Yeah. I
But
mean, I imagine him being very good in this meta, but like I said, we just haven't been seeing him. I don't know if teams just don't want to play him. But then again, I am talking about the amateur teams. So,
yeah, the
like,
slightly lower tier Dota, right? Yeah.
so I don't know what the pro players are. What they think about. I mean, clearly it must be if they're banning him, he must be viable pickup in this meta. So
Yeah.
if you see
That's
Juggernaut being banned out now for Virtus Pro. I mean, Juggernaut also a very very good hero.
Yeah, look, Juggernaut's good against Phoenix. I think that look, they could have picked it up themselves.
Yeah.
Wait, no, wait, they got Pierre, right? So wait. I mean, Juggernaut's not great against Mars, though, is he? I mean, it's alright. High magic spin damage.
Yeah, that spin can basically render the Mars. You just got to you're not going to get the spear through and all that nonsense. So, with the Wyvern being picked up by Virtus Pro now, I mean that I'm kind of liking what they go for, but we'll see Snapfire. But now is this a Thompson Snapfire again?
This is a Thompson Sapphire. Like, dude, after that last game, I don't know. Ooh,
Enchantress.
I mean
Well, I must
that
say I haven't seen Enchantress in how long now? I can't remember when last I've seen an
yeah.
Enchantress game. Even in my pubs, I have not seen an Enchantress.
Look, I know Enchantress is still kind of popular in the higher tier Dota, just
Hmm.
because of its lane oppression. I just didn't expect it from VP.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
VP, but
as a fourth pick specifically, right? Sometimes they opening phase it, maybe sometimes, you know. But oof, what does it offer here? I mean, oh man, okay.
but I mean that Enchantress might just be the span throwing the spanner in the works, like you said, like something completely different. They might just throw the other team off. And for all we know, VP have been practicing this. It might just end up stomping OG. You never know. But the thing is now I'm seeing I'm looking at OG's lineup and I'm just that weight is just tipping more and more and more in OG's favor.
Yeah, look, unfortunately, I kind of like OG's draft here. I think Slark was brilliant. I think it's good against Wyvern. I think it's good against Mars. I think it's
Yeah.
pretty good against PA. Obviously, PA does have some ways of dealing with the Slark.
I mean, really, she could just either you go use the blur, try to get out, or just blink out. Because I
Yeah,
don't think
and
she
look,
can
the
go one.
burst damage is nice against
Yeah,
Slark,
I
but
mean, if
yeah,
she can get this Chris off early, yeah, that's fine. But I mean, Slock's just gonna go, he's just gonna go straight into his ulti, and he's just gonna carry on right if you building those stacks up. So
mm,
that's
it,
gonna be rough.
it's tricky. We see Timber getting banned out, Kunka getting banned out, DP getting banned out. I think those are all pretty good.
Oh, do you think they're going to pick up another strength here for Virtus Pro if they're banning out the Timber?
It's possible. Look, Timber's good against Ancient Mars, so
Yeah.
I think it's an alright ban anyway. It's possible they're setting up for something tanky, additionally for their lineup.
Well, I mean, you got Mars. Mars can become tanky. They're looking. I mean, they could maybe go. I would like a DK mid maybe for Virtus Pro.
Yeah, no, DK could work. Look, I kind of feel they just need more ways of dealing with this egg, right? Or dealing with like Slark with lockdown.
That's true. But I mean, if you go DK, DK can get very tanky. And, if he gets stronger with that, well, we'll see Marana for Rochi. But he gets stronger, as the game goes on. You get to drag all the different dragons. If he goes for that Ags build as well, he gets that black dragon at level, with the Ags.
Yeah, I just think Slark's good against that, unfortunately.
You think?
Yeah, he's just gonna steal all his agi, right?
But I don't know.
It's a tough situation, right? And that's why I'm leaning to OG, right? Because I don't know what VP can do here, or at least there's probably something that I'm missing, but it kind of feels like they're running low on options here. There's a lot they need to deal with, and they go for Zeus. Okay,
Zeus.
I'm in, right? That's a big deal, right? That deals with Marana. That's good against Slark.
Yeah.
That's Slark to an extent, like a big like question mark there, right? Because it can dominate a Slark, but obviously Slark gets BKB and game changes.
But I mean, Slark can easily, can also just bounce straight onto Zeus, and Zeus gonna not be able to get out of there.
Yeah, well, I suspect Zeus will probably be getting like things like 4-star Yules. So he should be alright, but he's still got a lot to worry about, and it still doesn't answer this Phoenix, right?
No, there's still no right clicks for. I mean, I suppose PA later as the game progresses can deal with the egg, but I mean
that means she's got to just stop what she's doing and
So yeah, I agree with you fully. They have no ability to deal with this egg at the moment, but I mean, if you're looking at the previous game, the egg didn't really play that much of a factor, to be honest.
Yeah, look, and I suppose technically Ench is not bad against the egg. Just you don't have a lot of attack speed on Ench. That's the only challenge.
But the thing is, you're gonna need at least 2 people on the egg. And I can't picture the Phantom Assassin, Mars or Zeus, trying to focus the egg. I'm gonna have, gonna lean towards maybe the Winter Wyvern in charges. Throw your spells out and then start right clicking the crap out of that egg.
Yeah.
But you must remember that egg. I think that egg at the level 3 egg is super tanky as well. So I think they're gonna have to commit to it more and more as he puts more levels into that egg. So I agree with you. I think they're gonna struggle with this egg, to be honest.
Yeah, it's gonna be a challenge. Look, just to jump back to that Zeus pick, I'm a huge fan of that pick. As I said, there wasn't a lot. They could never deal with everything with one pick, right?
Yeah.
But what the Zeus does is it does well against Snap mid. Snap's a strength hero, so that's very good. You've obviously got the strength Phoenix, you've got the strength Magnus, so you're dealing with quite a few heroes with one hero. You're just not dealing with all of them. That's which is a lot to ask for from one pick, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see how it pans out. Look, I think OG should do well top. I think they're going to struggle mid, and I think they'll do even bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but we will see. We'll see how it goes as we get into the third and final game of the series. OG taking on VP. Who will take the victory? I have no idea. We're just gonna have to wait and see. At the moment, I am leaning towards OG. Just looking like having the better draft. But I mean, we've seen what Epileptic Kid can do on this PA once he gets formed. And I mean, yeah, I don't know if he gets a Slark. I mean, if he crits a Slark, even if he side, I mean, I'm guessing there's gonna be some sort of silence coming through from the side of VP, to stop the Slark from pouncing out and from
look. It's a tricky one because they don't have the best. Look, in the previous games they had a lot of lockdown, right? This game less so.
Yeah. I don't know. We're just gonna have to see. As it looks like it's gonna be a 2-4-2 trade on the bounties.
Yeah. Alrighty.
All right, let's get this show on the road.
Yeah.
As you do see Seb on the Magnus. That's one of his comfort picks. I've seen Seb a lot on this hero. Just go on the Marana bottom lane up against Epileptic Kid on this PEA and Ilias on this.
What an arrow!
Yeah, arrow connected straight away. But I mean, it's only level 1 arrow. It's not follow-up damage. Got to be careful though. I mean, we've got the heals. The Nature's Attendant is level 1 on this Enchantress. So, I mean, the Rascal can come through from the side of OG, but I mean, that heal is just going to start, and that's just going to return the damage as you see Seb taking a ton of damage there.
Yeah, this is a weird lane. Oh, what an arrow!
There's still the damage. I mean, they can just right click, but I mean, there's no damage at the moment. But I mean, still good arrows.
I mean, it's high damage, right? Arrows are high damage, so
yeah.
I mean, look, it's killing PA will still be a challenge.
Yeah. Just having a look mid.
We're seeing bottom here, a bit of a fight. Sucks in a lot of trouble. Is juking, but I think they will end up getting his kills. Yeah.
Trying to go on the Marana. Zeb trying to go on the Marana, but on the PAP, it's just a big out of there. So yeah, we do see first blood happening bottom on Saxa. On this Marana, but yeah, Seb gotta be careful. These spears are hurting from the Enchantress, so you gotta be very careful.
No, 100%. I'm surprised that another arrow landing 3 for 3. Oh, easy game. Oh man.
Just looking mad, we've got GPK on this Zeus against Thompson on this Granny. Snapfire, as you saw, the second game of the series. You also, I think Thompson, if I remember correctly, he struggled a little bit early game. But you brought it back so quickly, and he started, becoming that dominant mid player that he is.
Well, look, one of the challenges is I don't know if that's going to happen this game entirely. Oh, okay.
He actually took a lot of damage, but luckily he's got a wand, magic stick. So
yeah, he's got a couple of bottle charges left.
All right, and then we're just having a look at the top. We got ILWT,
yeah,
on the slot, and we got No-Tail on the Phoenix up against this DM on Mars. And who's his support, by the way? Where is his support? Oh, we got Save
on Winter.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Look, this is an interesting one, right? I think Zeus is going to do well mid compared to the previous game, right?
I know, definitely.
So that I think that's going to be a bit of a key point for the side of VB.
A lot of damage. He's going to finally bounce out now, but he took a lot of damage there.
Yeah, he's got to be careful, right? Because if he gets speared, that's scary, right? Because he's quite squishy.
Yeah, at the moment he's very, very squishy, and Spear and God's Rebuke does a ton of damage, as we saw there. And with the Wyvern, I don't think with the Wyvern really committed anything for that either.
I think there was a Splinter Blast. I think there was one Splinter Blast, but it's level 1. It's not the highest burst damage level 1. It does scale kind of well.
Yeah. Alright, as you see bottom lane game, sucks. So just sitting on a quarter HP. They're trying to pull the way. Unfortunately, just gonna miss it. Seb also taking a lot of damage there.
Oh, looks like Zeus is in a lot of trouble here. He's actually gonna run, but there's a haste on Thompson here.
Thompson, gotta be careful. Getting it right click with us, but not enough to kill.
Out to W with the cheeky tip for Thompson. Well, I mean, it was a good play. It was a good play. Like Thompson outplayed him there. Unfortunately, Zeus ran out of mana. I think that was a different fight. I think also Thompson clicked on him and was like, "Hey, I can actually kill him."
Maybe just more. It's a little bit more than a right click away. I mean, if he had a Thunderbolt up or something like that, it would have definitely been a dead.
Yeah. Oh.
Ooh. Oh, they're gonna bring down Bambi bottom lane.
Yeah, there was an arrow into the shockwave into a skewer. It was a lot of damage. But yeah, I mean, look at what Bambi's doing with this creep, right? It's just absolutely annoying for Seb.
I mean, yeah, Seb. I don't know if Seb realized that when I found Marana Soxo is gonna, just kill it off for him. I mean, there's no regen well, he's got 9 charges on this Magnus on his wand, this magic stick. So you depop it now, but it's still not going to be like the best healing in the world or mana. So I mean, Got the bottle coming through now, so he should be alright.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, just a cheeky little dagger there, taunting its way out of the epileptic gate, just messing around a little bit there.
Oh man, I love that taunt from. Oh, yeah. Actually,
no, Miranda, better leap away. I don't think you do not want to trade against this.
we actually speak about this, but Miranda. Top lane. Oh, the ulti comes through, bringing down Phoenix and the Miranda, but.
They're diving this tower, yeah. They are diving this tower. Well, no, they look like they were going to dive the tower. But yeah. They did bring on Miranda.
So just back to the Mirana thing. So they picked Enchantress, but Mirana will always be able to kill the creep. That's like a big deal, right? Oof. So I think, like Ilias has to just be so careful here not to just keep feeding big creeps, right? Because Mirana's just going to get straight up farm from that, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the big creeps are usually, got a little bit more gold. So, I mean, you got to be careful with those creeps. I mean, fair enough, it provides a lot of harassment, against Seb and all that. But Mirana's just going to, 9 out of 10 times just going to focus that creep. As you can see now, it's immediate, just going to start right-clicking that creep. So I'm going to come through from the creep. We've got to be careful. The PA is going to come in a little bit too close, but yeah, going to back off immediately.
100%. We do see Thompson does have a DD here. It looks like it is going to run out, but he should be able to do a lot of damage. Oh, he doesn't have a little shredder just yet. He's actually going to Mortimer Kisses here onto 2 of them. Oh,
unfortunately, I had to stop it. Actually, the minute the lightning bolt has stopped it. But he's going to be careful here. I mean, it's not going to come through. Oh, Scatter Blast! Wow, you're going to manage to pick up the Wither Wire, but Zeus going to pick up the kill, though.
Yeah, look, I think for Zeus, he's happy. I mean, that's he's also gone for the crazy Null Talisman build. Yeah. Just spam Null Talisman. So each Chain Lightning is going to absolutely destroy heroes like Snap. But you saw a couple pings coming up bottom.
It might be saying this his ult is up in 5 seconds or so.
Yeah.
So just let him know.
Yeah, you got to be careful of that, right? Like Zeus is a key pick here for them, and I think it's how they potentially win this game. Because if Zeus has a bad game, it's a completely different ball game.
As you see bottom, the supports, the fire versus ice.
Yeah.
It's just gonna run away from it.
And the unfortunate thing is melts ice. Ice melts to fire.
Yeah, fire melts.
brain engage, please.
But you see, bottom lane actually managed to bring down the Edge.
Yeah, unfortunately, these arrows are just causing him so much grief right now.
These arrows are on point.
Yeah, no, I mean, flip, give Sucks a Murano, and that's like an easy way to win lanes, right?
Big out there, but you gotta be careful. Zeus is just down the stairs there. So if he comes up, then Murano might be in a little bit of trouble. Yeah. Does not spot him. I don't think Sucks has spotted Zeus just yet. Waiting for Ward, probably going to de-ward a camp here. Block a camp maybe, yeah. And might just rotate it now onto the Zeus. If you can get an arrow going to come through. Unfortunately, not going to connect. It's going to fall back. But now the charge is here as well. He's going to leap away 3 times. Well, got one leap. Shoot, that impetus. It's a level 1, so it's not going to do. It's not heavy damage yet. So.
Thompson.
Thompson. Gotta be careful as the 3-man rotation coming through here. Gonna run into the rush, but he's probably just gonna cook it out, yep.
Yeah, no, I think that's good. The other thing we haven't spoke too much about is Slark, and Slark seems to be doing quite well. Hasn't died yet, sitting at 55 last hits, 15 denies. He's queued up that Silver's Edge as well, which is quite scary. PA, Mars, Ench, all those heroes have good passives.
Yeah, but I mean, you're going to use that strictly just to, initiate the fight. Because, I mean, you're going to be scattered out, like 9 out of 10 times, you're going to be scattered out by the Zeus just for those Thunderbolts alone. So, but we'll see more of the cases we get committed here onto the PA, but PA is just going to immediately TP out. Yeah.
No, I think very, very good game awareness, because he was in trouble there, Mortimer Kisses will blow up the PA. PA has very little HP right now. Just short of 1,000 HP, I mean... if you look at Snap, it's sitting at 1.3. Oh, Phoenix.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah. Phoenix got destroyed there. That was a Zeus ult though committed though, and a Mars ult.
Yeah. New meta.
New meta. Yeah, kill the pos 5 only. I mean,
Man.
it's fine. It's probably a tower as well, right? You know, they got a
But I mean,
catapult and...
you committed to Zeus Souls, you committed to Arena. You get the kill on Hotel and maybe, you know, a tower. I don't know if it's I suppose it's worth it, but I mean that cooldown's still 55 seconds on the Mars ulti now, and Zeus ulti I think it's still quite long at level 1. Yeah, you still got 80 seconds on it.
Zeus needs to be so careful. Miranda says sniper. Oh, they're gonna go on him. The arrow's gonna land. Oh man, they commit egg as well, but oof. I mean, that's rough for VP here. I mean, we said it earlier. This Zeus is so key for them. They can't afford for him to go down.
Oh, definitely not. But I mean, that's at least, I think that's his only second death. Yeah, it's 4 for 2. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yet. I mean.
Yeah, still early days, I suppose.
I mean, both tier 1 mid towers are still standing. So.
Yeah. I think from game 2, right? VP just need to get this mid tier 2. I mean, sorry, mid tier 1, because it caused him so many issues in game 1, right? Sorry, game 2. It was.
We're on her. Oh, Winter's Curse going to be committed for this. Shame. Look like Thompson is going to finish off the kill there for them.
Yeah. And you know, he's actually hurting. He's doing a lot of damage. So, I mean, he's still going the same build. I still think it's good. You know, there's obviously still a PA in the game. But there is only a PA this time, right? Before there was a Slardar and stuff, you know, where it was even better, right?
So that E-Blade is just, you just E-Blade the PA. That's all you do now. I mean, there's no one really else to worry about besides the PA now. So
yeah,
and I mean, it's like just a couple hundred gold off of it, and yeah, they just got it up, and you can see the E-Blade is, you know, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be for the PA in those team fights. So
yeah, mostly. Look, and I think, you know, obviously VP, I think they should be looking at something like Lotus Orb, try and help him out a bit with that stuff. Maybe even you know, he's obviously going to get BKB, but he could even potentially look at going a Manta. You know, obviously I think BKB is possibly the better choice. He has actually finished his Battle Fury up now, so, you know, hitting a good timing on that. But he needs a defensive item to deal with that, and I think he needs a teammate that has a defensive item as well. You know, even if they just have like a couple 4-stars, you know, that just help him reposition.
I mean, yeah, we see the Magnus just using the empower on the Slark just, you know, taking this huge, actually quite a big stack of ancient creeps here, so it's gonna help him get closer to that Silver Edge. And once he got that Silver Edge, he's gonna start roaming, and then, you know, look for these cushion supports, go look for the Zeus, and should be able to bring it down quite quickly.
Yeah, 100%. As we see a bit of a smoke up coming here, it looks like only 3 of them are gonna smoke Winter, Zeus, and the Mars. So, do you think they just went for like a God strat? I mean, Mars Zeus, right? They just they're playing gods. They're playing God Simulator, right? I'm sure Winter Wyvern is some sort of a dragon god of some sort, right?
Yeah. I'm sure. I'm almost sure. Oh, they just missed the slot.
I think they did spot him there.
Now, yeah, they do spot another ping come through. Got to be very careful. I mean, do they commit with the curse? They do. And the rest of the team's going to follow it. The arena's going to be there as well, just standing. But the Zeus is waiting for and they have more than enough damage to deal with this lock. I mean, that's what they need to do. They need to shut the clock down.
And at the same time, they're losing ILTW. No, sorry, not ILT. Epileptic Kid, sorry, on PA. Yeah, I thought it would be easier to say, but I'm really struggling.
I'm struggling.
Oh man.
But yeah, I mean, both calls dying at simultaneously, so
yeah, look, it's alright. I think neither team is that upset over that, right?
No, whatever kids going to come through, you want to go on to Bammy. Bammy's going to pop the heals immediately, but a lot of damage coming through. Did I mention to bring it down? One right click should come through, but that team of the Moran is going to fall next as well. Egg going to come through, going to get on 2PA, taking a ton of damage. You guys going to fall. Zeus is just rotated in here now, but need to get out before the egg hatch. As it manages, does not. The stun's going to connect, but he's going to get healed up by the Winter Wyvern, but I don't think it's been enough. China Boss is going to be there to secure the kill. Wow. All right. I mean, good fight for OG.
I mean, the tips coming out. I mean, they're mostly tipping each other, but there was one tip for save there. But you know, OG with the, I'm really liking the way they prioritize these team fight heroes, and you know, it's looking good, right? You know, game 2, game 3, this is looking very strong from them.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, we saw this in the second game as well. They they started to hit their timings, and I think it was also about around this time they started started taking the fights, and starting to win those fights and all that. So yeah, I mean they get in there. They get in. Like, I mean, Thompson got that early E-blades. I mean, yeah.
I mean, look, that was an early E-blade. I mean, they've got about 5k net worth as well, right? I mean, if you look at Snapfire's pretty much got a blink already, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
Thompson is look. I honestly didn't think Snapfire would get through the draft. Obviously, I don't know what they were prioritizing as well to let the Snapfire through, but yeah.
Marana's in a lot of double arena going to come to big commit, but their charges is there as well. So yeah, the spear is going to be enough just to lock onto the wall, and it's a dead Marana, dead kitty. Oh, Winter's Curse. I hear the Winter's Curse, and that's onto Thompson. Thompson, got to be careful here now because the rest of the team of VP is rotating in. Spear going to come through, going to connect it to the chi. Oh, wow.
I mean, I've got a big question mark there for Thompson. I mean, he walked, so they killed Marana close by, and Thompson just walked right into them.
Seb as well. The managed to bring him down. The rotation's coming through now, but from Marana. But I don't think it's been enough to save it. But got to be careful now. All by himself. Soxer gonna pop the Moonlight Shadow. Sorry, in trying to get out of there. Spear. Ooh, just missing. No tail is going to be there with Sunray just to heal up the Soxer a little bit.
Yeah. Funny enough, we haven't seen this Magnus too much yet in this game so far. Oh.
Meanwhile, look at Slock. Slock is just doing his own thing bottom.
Yeah, 100%. You know, he's not ready to fight yet, so I'm 100% on board with this. He's not far off though. Almost has a Silver's Edge. You know, he's got level 13. He probably needs level 15. You know, and he obviously would love BKB before he actually has to fight. Which he probably doesn't need to fight right now. You know, they've been quite greedy. I mean, they've been farming on Magnus quite a bit. You know, Slark's been farming, Snap's been farming. So, you know, it's looking pretty good from I would say OG. They're farming extremely well.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, they're getting all the farm on the cores that they need. I mean, I'm looking. The supports aren't even that. I mean, I don't know. You know, support's always bottom of the network, but I mean, it's not looking really that bad for them either. So I mean. We see Notel. I mean, Notel, yeah, because it's a position 5. He's only got his tranquil boots. But I mean, Marana's got the urn, got the Yules. You know, getting those items that she needs to help in the fight. So
yeah,
I mean, they get all the heroes on the side of OG are getting the farm that they need. So
yeah. And the same can kind of be said for VP. You know, I think there's a bit of net worth disparity between the Slark and Snap and the rest of the other cores.
Yeah.
But you know, the one thing I didn't notice earlier, but Zeus has Ags right now. You know, that's a big deal. I saw it in the last fight, but that's a big deal, right? That's going to help against Marana a lot. Oh, looks like we can have a fight here.
Oh, Slock, unfortunately going to get pushed away, but I mean, Notel just running in there with no fear. Does he have egg? Egg is up, and I think he's going to pop an egg now, and then no one can deal with this egg. But I think everyone can get out of the range of it. But Motorbike is coming through with the RP, going to catch two, but where's the Motorbike? Is not going to land on anybody. Going to be healed up there. Mars will be healed up, and going to be brought down. And managed to bring on the Zeus and the Edge. Do that, Richard Brand here. Slock is going to try to go to the Why is going to be forward the Slock. I mean, that's another good fight for OG.
Yeah, that's rough. You know, we see Slark's level 15 now. He's got Silver's Edge. They had Blink RP. You know, I mean, they were ready. 100%.
I mean, and they're going to start taking objectives. Just take tier 1 mid. Possibly to get. They bring down the PA now as well. Oh, and I mean that was Saxa. Saxa bringing down the PA.
Yeah, I mean, Thompson was there, but Saxa used him up and arrowed him like a cheeky bugger. I mean, Epileptic Kid had nothing to do there, right? He just got caught out and unfortunately went down. And this kind of feels like game 1, right? You know, where OG was in the position where they just felt like they were just trying to delay the game.
sorry about this, but they're going to use up the Mars. Mars has not got ulti, going to get E-Blade up now, so he won't be able to do anything. He's going to get his ulti off, but I think he might still fall in. But no, they're actually going to bring on the Slock and the Marana, and now Seb taking a lot of damage. Can't get out of this wall, and he's going to fall as well. The Waterbuck is going to come through now, but a bit too late. They're going to bring this Thompson out now, but they can actually bring it back. He actually plays forward, trying to get this kill on Zeus. He's going to manage to bring down the Zeus. Danny doesn't go for anybody else. He's going to fall a bit low. He's got to be careful. Oh, he plays straight onto the leap as well. He's going to secure the kill onto in charge. He's just going to TP out. And that's Thompson for you. He's just, that cheeky play. And just gets out there.
Yeah, I was like, run, dude, run, and he just goes immediately in, and it's just why he's such a good player. I mean, to realize that, hey, I'm just gonna go get 2 more kills. He sees how he can do it, and he gets it, right? That's insane.
No, definitely. I mean, this shows you the skill level of these players. I mean, for sure, I know if I was there, my team was down, I would have been base already.
Yeah.
I would have just come out.
It technically was an awkward fight until Thompson did that. That was definitely a good OG fight after looking at that. But before that, they lost Slark, they lost Marana, they lost another hero, which I can't quite remember who it was. Yeah. So that was awkward, right? But at the end of the day, they ended up returning a kill on Zeus on Eng. That's a big deal, right?
Yeah, definitely. Just looking at the net worth at the moment, we've got Thompson on top of the net worth, followed by ILTW, and then Epileptic Kid.
Yeah. No, in terms of net worth, Snapfire and Slark are just getting a bit out of control right now. Which I kind of expected. I think these all looks like
Mars arena just to stop the aggression, but Slark to get out there, the most going to be popped as well. But no follow-up damage, or no follow-up from the rest of VP. They're going to make sectors. Nope. The skill is going to be there to stop the TP. They still haven't bring down this Mars yet. They're still struggling with him. They're going to try and chase him down. He's falling below. He's got earn on him. But yeah, we'll leap forward, and they're going to actually Thompson going to pick up the kill. Actually gonna pick up the kill on the PA.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, I never saw that.
Yeah, Slark and Thompson just ditched the Mars and ran bottom. Man. And the map's starting to go. The map's starting to go for VP, unfortunately. I mean,
rapidly for VP. I mean, they're struggling to find their farm now.
Yeah, and I gotta be honest, this Phoenix pick, it seems like a problem because they pop egg and then they have to run, right? But it immediately means that they're in an awkward position. Oh, Thompson.
Oh, Thompson being cheeky. Unfortunately, this time it's not going to be a cheeky play off. They're going to fall, but they're going to see the Phoenix fall as well. I mean, that's good. You brought on one, a big potential, a big core on the side of OG. I mean, and he was worth, how much was he worth? 529 on the Zeus. So.
Yeah, no, I mean that's a big deal. Zeus can buy Blink. Or I'm pretty sure he just bought it right now. Yeah.
Well, no, he had used it already. He might have had it already.
Oh, okay, all right. But that's a big deal, right? Because we said earlier, this Zeus is so key for VP right now. You saw how much damage it did there to Thompson, right? And Thompson can't just E-Blade himself anymore because then you're just gonna get smacked on the head by a lightning bolt. And it's gonna do like a crazy amount of damage.
Health gone just for one lightning bolt. So
yeah. So it makes Thompson doesn't have as free of a game this time, even though it's looking pretty good for Thompson. I think he still has to keep that in the back of his head.
No, definitely. But I mean, damage coming onto this tier 1. They will actually. Oh, they're going to clear the way from it.
And this this is a problem, right? This is still the first.
Oh, they're going to go straight. Seb's going to skew it back with the RP. The RPA might be going to have to force to pop the BKB and try to get out of there. The rotation's coming through now. Do they find anybody? They do find this Edge. Edge is going to go in first. That's going to be popped though, but you got the Arena guy. Going to catch the. They'd actually catch the Slock. Slock in a lot of trouble, but he's going to go in first. One of the kids is coming through onto the Mars. Mars taking some damage. Skewer going to come connect as well. They're going to bring down this Mars. Do they find anybody else? And she's going to be stuck in the river here. He'll try to use herself up, but not going to be enough. It's going to fall as well. I mean, what quick fingers from Seb.
Yeah. No, he did superbly there to actually turn that. Because, he was in a lot of trouble there. The one thing about VP is their burst damage and kill potential.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he tanked it, right? He tanked it and he survived and he essentially turned around and started trying to kill.
Yeah, I mean, you skew it out. as the PA blinked on him and pulled the PA back, and then still committed to RP under the tower, and the rest of the team came in. But so, I mean, well, as we see Zeus now, Zeus doing a lot of trouble, but we're going to see the Vitus Curse going to be committed now. Did they manage to bring down the Slog? The heal's coming through from the Sun right now from the Phoenix, but the Slog still going to get the parts out of it. He doesn't want to take a chance there. Ulti coming through from Zeus, but PA going to be in now. PA taking a lot of damage, trying to go on the Slog. Slog's winning the first, but no follow-up damage. Just PA just go blow and just get out of there. But they do actually catch a Phoenix. Phoenix dive. Unfortunately, does not be able to get it off in time as the spear going to connect to a tree.
Yeah, that was really awkward, right? They kind of dived there, but which felt weird. I know it was like a priority target, like kill Zeus, right? You know, you kill him, and it's like a real jab to VP, right? But it cost them, right? Look, it was Phoenix and it was Murano. They paused 4 and 5, but you know, at this point, that's kind of a big deal, right? Because you know, comeback mechanics are so strong in Dota specifically. You know, and like you can't do that repeatedly, right? You can get away with it once or twice, maybe 3 times, but after that, it gets really scary.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at PA now. PA still has not got the Desolator. I mean, forced to go with the BKB first, and the BKB is only 8 seconds long now, and she still hasn't got the Desolator up.
Yeah.
It's going to be that is a problem.
It's not good. It's really not good. But
they straight on the Zeus. Zeus can't do anything at the moment. Here comes the wall now. The arena coming, but the Mortifications are coming through. He's not going to reconnect on it. I might just bring on this Marana. Sox are going to actually heals himself up, but unfortunately the numbers right on top of him are going to be enough to bring Sox down.
I don't know how Zeus survived there. He was on such. Oof.
Phew.
But we see, speaking of like obviously the cores now, we see Slog's obviously got his BKB. He's got Empower. You know, he's gonna go Ags as well next, which is quite crazy. You know, he can leap essentially twice and like double the distance, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah, I mean, those items timing for OGs, you know, is just coming through now, where you see like, you know, VP struggling with those, you know, because the map is so small for them at the moment, just struggling to get a form. I mean, PA getting there, not so far off the last meter hammer now to complete that Desolator.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be enough though. I mean, it's almost 30 minutes into this game. You're only going to finish off a Desolator now. I mean,
yeah. Look, I think it's fine. I mean, look, it's not ideal. But you know, I think he can't skip it, right? There's no way he skips it. You got to commit. And I think he just has to rely on his Zeus outputting damage for now. You know, he's just got to survive. He's just got to be annoying. You know, he's got to chase out heroes like Murano. He's got to help burst down those tanky heroes. And that's where the Deso will come into play. I think he's probably going to need like a Satanic though this game. We'll see if he decides to go that.
I don't know. Who's wait to see.
I think they suspected something there. They acted super weird there when the Slug was running around. I didn't see any sentries, but you know, they threw out the bolt. They were super cagey about their movement and.
Sentry is over there, on top there. So he might have ran through the sentry, and they just. Be careful about it. Being forward, actually immediate Winter Curse coming straight onto the. But it's not going to connect onto this Mars, so numbers going to be dropped preemptively, but it's not really going to do anything as Mars going to be brought down straight away. I mean, you can't take a fight after that. Once your Mars is down, you can't really take a fight. I mean, Winter Curse was committed, the arena was committed, Mars was killed.
Yeah.
You back off straight away. Back off after that.
Yeah. Look, it's a weird one, right? You know, at this point, Mars feels kind of like underwhelming to kill, right? He's not. He's been having a tough game, right? So I think VP are alright with sacking him. I think sacking the Roche sucks. That's a big deal. Because they're not going to be able to contest this. You know, look how quickly they're destroying this Roche.
Yeah, maybe if Mars was here with the ultimate, maybe they could have still contested this. But yeah, no, they're taking Roche way too fast for any rotations to come through in any case.
Yeah, I mean, Thompson's got a Daedalus now, eh? I mean, little Shredder is gonna absolutely blow people up.
Yeah, it's literally gonna shred.
Yeah, it's literally gonna shred. You're right.
Well, Ooh, I thought he was looking for the Bambi, but Bambi managed to DP out.
This is the
Yeah,
challenge with Bambi as well, right? Like, what does Bambi do in this game right now?
Bambi. I mean, all I could think of is Bambi could do now. You just get that nature's attendance off, and start right clicking, maybe slow using, just try using in charge, slow one of the heroes down, and just start like you use your impetus, just try to do as much damage as you can. Because other than that, I don't know what else Bambi can do.
Yeah, it's a bit of a challenge. We do see that they are starting to be a bit aggressive. I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like both teams kind of just like not wanting to play in that specific area.
I mean, there are wards on the side of Virtus there. So I kind of, yep, they're going to see now. They're going to go straight on the Phoenix. Phoenix is going to come down. They're going to pop Egg straight away onto Egg. Arena's going to be committed, but doesn't really catch anybody as the leap comes through from Miranda. But Egg is going to pop. It's not going to catch anybody, unfortunately, as the rest of VP are just going to run out of there. Next to the all play from the hotel.
Yeah, they were out of there so quickly. Oh,
yeah,
man.
no, like you said, as soon as that egg pops, VP just disappears. They run for their lives because they know if they get caught in that egg last, they're almost certainly dead.
Yeah, and they kind of know as well that they don't have a way of dealing with it, right?
Yeah.
Because they can't just all stop and start attacking it. That's just not going to work.
No, I mean, you got Thompson. I mean, Thompson's trading you with his abilities.
Yeah, and ILTW with the Slock and he's got Ags now. He's got Aegis. He has BKB. He's got Silver's Edge. He's wants to fight. He's like, let's go.
Yeah, you can't touch it. You just as soon as that egg comes out, you run, you book it.
Yeah, and look, they're doing a good job at doing that, right? Like you often see teams panic and struggle to deal with that kind of stuff. It looks like we are going to see a bit of an initiation here.
Yeah, Slock, they're going to try to go straight on the Bambi, but he's taking a ton of damage. He's got to be careful. He's under the tower, but he's going to look for the Zeus. Zeus is going to blink out of there, but now he can't struggle to find a target. He's going to go on Bambi. Yes, he's going to leech up, but he's taking a lot of damage. He's got to run. Impin's going to come through. Not really going to connect. So he's going to reach in very quickly, but with Hotel healing him up, he should be okay to go carry on. But we'll see. Still action happening at the back here. We see the Bambi going to fall, and that's a gem down. That's going to cost him. Render's going to come up just to stop the aggression from OG, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Slock trying to find a target back in the window. They're trying to go on to Step. They're going to get Winter Cursed up. They're taking a lot of damage from Slock. But I mean, Winter Wyvern's going to fall, and so does the Zeus. Oh man.
They do bring down the Aegis though.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they lost 3 heroes.
Yeah, look, they didn't lose Zeus or PA, which is kind of a big deal. They got Magnus, but they didn't kill. They need to kill Thompson, right? Thompson and ILTW are. I don't want to say, but they're unstoppable. They are absolutely unstoppable right now.
The thing is, at the moment, you also see they're lacking lockdown for Thompson or and for ILTW.
Yeah.
As they can get out. There's no reliable stun. I mean, you got with the Wyvern Skull is fine, all right, that's fine. But you can't do any damage during that time. The arena you can just leap out of. So they have no reliable lockdown. So this lock has, it's just free roams. He has the ability to go wherever he wants. There's really nothing that can stop him unless.
Yeah, look, Abyssal's coming out. Abyssal's coming out on PA, and I think you're 100% right on this lockdown scenario. I don't even know if Abyssal's 100% good enough, right? Because you cannot see if he's good enough. Just debuff it, right, with the Dark Pact. I suspect they obviously will. VP are good players, so they'll commit to it perfectly, or at least that's the dream, right? But it's the pressure, right? You have to put, they're in the seat where they have to do it perfectly.
Yeah, but I mean, fair enough. You got Abyssal Blade, but who do you Abyssal Blade? You Abyssal Blade is Slaw. Then you got more of the cases coming. You got real shit about the so you're actually going to be committed with the curse. Going to go straight on to Thompson. But Thompson, unfortunately, taking actually enough damage with those also coming through. But with the Wyvern's going to fall next. Miranda, buyback coming from Thompson. Miranda's going to fall. They're looking for the Bambi. Bambi is taking a ton of damage from the Slock. And Slock, actually, I haven't actually looked at Slock. Slock is sitting at how many? He's sitting with 8 permanent agility at the moment.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too outrageous, but it's becoming a problem. It's genuinely is. Like, yes, they took down Aegis earlier in the base, but you know, it took a lot for them to do that. And, you know, ILTW was playing aggressive because he had Aegis. You know, he's not going to do that now. You know, he's going to be very cautious. He's going to be very safe. So they're going to have to figure out something. They did kill Thompson then, forced a buyback, which was a big deal, though. As I was saying, they're just so hard to kill.
Top lane, tried to go onto this Mars. Mars tried to TP out, but it was cancelled. She was going to come through now. I mean, they're just playing around with this Mars. I don't think Mars will be able to get out of this, to be honest. The Slock's going to be here now. I think it's going to be another perma, one perma agi to the Slock, but he's running in the wrong direction completely. He's going to turn around now. I don't see this Mars, and they will bring him down.
Yeah.
Dave, are you kidding me?
The next level play.
Dude, you're running the wrong way.
Yeah, look, it's such a weird scenario, right? Like, as much as they kill Mars, I'm also like kind of like at the point where I feel like Mars isn't a particularly big hero right now. It's like, I don't know, it's weird, right? You know, he's currently actually below Mirana on Soxa, right? Look, Soxa's been farming quite well. You know, he's pretty efficient. Oh,
bottom lane, we'll see. Was the Winter Curse actually been committed? Or unfortunately it's going to come to... Or P going to be straight up to the PA. Can PA get out of this? Blow was up now. Just immediately going to bring out the high grab. But Slogs in the chase. Can actually bring down this PA. They managed to bring down the Winter Wyvern as well. I mean, it's just the Zeus and Bambi left. I don't think there's any buybacks on the side of VP at the moment. No, there's no buybacks. Buybacks? No. There's no buybacks on the PA. So she's down. Team as well. I mean...
Little Shredder, my word. 3 times Little Shredder multi-shot there.
I do not understand why they did not ban that snap. This snap is deadly.
It is.
And on Thompson, it's a hero you do not want to let through.
It's a weird one, right? Because, you know, I think Zeus, they looked at it was like, Zeus should do well in lane. We can, you know, deal with that. But the challenge is like Thompson's so aggressive. He's in their face permanently, right? And you know they have to either deal with him or run away. And you know it's so hard to run away right now. You know he's sitting with a blink. He's obviously leaping aggressively and he's e-blading. You know he's not scared to aggressively position himself. And you know I don't think VP, you know potentially were thinking this is how it's gonna go, right? Because you know Snapfire generally wants to sit back and kite around the edges of the fight, you know.
No, definitely, I fully agree with you. I mean, yeah, it's been working.
Yeah, no, look, dude, he's been styling. There's no two ways about it. I mean, I'm tempted to go play mid snap now, like genuinely.
Oh man, but yeah, like I said, I haven't been following the pro scene much lately, so I don't know how often you know Thompson has been doing this with the snap.
Yeah,
right?
Look, he's probably been playing a bit. Cause you can definitely tell he knows like the kind of builds he wants to go, how he wants to position and stuff. So it's very cool to see. Yeah,
no, definitely. You can see he's very comfortable on this hero. So, I mean, look at VP. They're too scared to leave the base. They can't leave the base. I mean, if they take a fight like that again, it's pretty much GG.
Yeah, look, they're gonna have to force one. I don't think the game looks scarier the later it goes on, and I feel like it's pretty late already. You know, we do see the Abyssal getting picked up by Epileptic Kid, which I think is very strong. Oh, they need to be careful here.
Ooh, no, they're gonna run past each other by the looks of it.
I think VP know where they are because they walked past the creep wave there.
Thompson gonna be the large gonna bring straight on him. Unfortunately, yeah, he's gonna get burst down. Do they spot anybody else? Moonlight Shadow's gonna come through. They're gonna get a stun on the Bambi, but Egg gonna come out. Does not look like it just yet. They're just waiting for it, but the arena's gonna come through now. But there's a lot of damage coming through. Or RP gonna catch and connect on two. Slark's actually gonna fall there now with that arena, but Egg gonna pop. PA in a lot of trouble. PA, you can't die here, buddy. Unfortunately, looking at it, I'm gonna bring down the Phoenix. They're gonna manage to bring down the Bambi though, but I mean it's still a 3-for-1 trade in favor of VP at the moment. Do they manage to bring down this Mirana? Mirana's actually gonna be able to leave the correct direction and gonna be brought down. I mean, they just had the hand on that fight. VP taking that fight quite convincingly.
Oh, Seb. Oh, Epileptic Kid with the bashes. Oh man, like a game changer, right? absolute game changer because Epileptic Kid bought out. He spent all of his money to get that Abyssal, and look what it did. Hey, that was crazy. I mean, yo.
We see this in all three games now. I mean, we know what he can do on this hero. So picking up a level and as well, I don't know if you're gonna keep it or just give it to somebody else.
Yeah, I think he gives it away, right? I actually thought about this in the last game he got Leveler, right? He kind of gets max attack speed from Phantom Strike anyway, so, you know, just, look, I don't think there's a particularly other better hero in this specific game, but... Ooh, wait, are they getting Mid Tower and Roshan here?
It looks like it.
Ooh, that's a big deal.
I mean, the OG can't do it. Unless they commit buybacks all this now, I don't even think it's going to be enough, but yeah, I think OG's just going to let us go.
Yeah.
I mean, could this game just be changing though now? I mean, with that team wipe.
Let's have a look at a bit of the swing. Let's look at the gold chart. It looks like they did lose about just less than 10k gold, which is quite a big deal at this point in the game.
Yeah, that is hefty.
Yeah, and if we look at XP, they lost about 20k XP in that fight.
Ooh, crap.
Ooh, that's a big deal, right? Because, you know, like, if you look at this, Zeus is almost 25, same with Mars. Enchi is still quite low and not too big right now.
I mean, he is away, three levels away from level 30, so...
Yeah. Whoa, I didn't notice this. PA's got a Divine, dude.
What? Oh!
Yeah. I don't know. It was after that fight. Dude, he must have got a lot of gold that fight.
Yeah, he must have got a lot of gold, because he didn't have it earlier when I was checking his inventory. He never had that.
Oh, no, man. Oh, my word.
Okay, alright. Yeah, well, if he loses that, it's kind of over, but then we're going to see more big kids coming through with the Winter Curse. They're going to go straight from the PA, trying to do something. Anytime come over, going to pop, RP, going to bring down this PA is going to fall, and that's just the first life. They got to be very careful that they manage to bring down this Mars. Mars taking a lot of damage, and PA is going to come back and start doing damage. Who does the PA go on, trying to go onto the Sloth, and Sloth can fight back. That's PA, that's
no.
He can fight back. This is just going horribly for PA at the moment.
Oh, no.
No!
The rapier! Where is it?
He's on the slog, and they're just gonna go down mid. I don't think there's any buybacks at the moment.
There's three. Zeus, Mars, Eng, but no PA. No PA.
No.
Oof, man, oh man.
I don't know if that was the wise play there, Supertramp.
It was a weird one, right? Because the egg was insta-popped, right? And they kind of were like, oh, let's try and fight it. But then they kind of like hesitated and backed out.
Yeah.
Which is awkward. Which is very awkward.
I'll be in racks down. Buyback to me force. It doesn't look like they're going to bother with the rest of the racks. They want to go straight to the force. They want to finish this now. Fortification going to be popped by VP now just to stop this aggression. I mean, PA is only back in 46 seconds. With the Wyvern still 75 seconds, but I think it's still got enough time to do this. They're going to go straight for doing a ton of damage with that rapier on the slog. Going to take a seat, but ulti from Zeus going to come through. They go on trying to go on the slog, and then a large chopper. Slog, buddy, you can't fully, you got rapier, but he's going to run straight on the Zeus. Zeus taking a ton of damage, he's going to fall. And managed to bring down, they managed to bring down, they're going to go straight for the, third exposed. GG being cool.
GG's. Oh, man.
In the win. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. What a series. I mean, OG, they did well. They really did. Like, that was a deserved victory. I mean, you know, like, unfortunately, you know, you could see VP were in a position where they didn't quite understand how to deal with OG. You know, it happened in game 2. You know, game 1, they understood what was going on. You know, OG came out in game 2 and just changed things up. And VP were at a bit of a loss as to what to do. And OG just capitalized on that. They looked great. I mean, Thompson is a beast.
Yeah, I mean, Thompson on a Snapfire, I don't think any team should give him that.
Yeah, along with the list of other heroes to not give this guy. Oh,
yeah, he was a beast on that hero, and he just showed it.
Yeah.
He was everywhere. He got so many kills. He just provided so much for the team. And I still think, I mean, against the PA, that E-Blade was just, you know, an item. A good item against the PA. The PA just once E-Blade just couldn't do anything. But that last little play over there, so with the rapier, I don't know if the rapier was such a good pickup. I mean, it was good pickup because they had, you know, you had the Aegis on it, right? So
look, it was a bit of a last ditch effort to try and win the game, right? You know,
But
if they won another fight, they would have been in this. They would have been ending, right?
yeah, but
You
that's
know.
what I think. That's what I said. I don't feel that was the. I don't feel that the rapier was needed. So I mean, they took a whole. They wiped OG without that rapier. So buying that rapier and then trying to take a
Yeah.
fight, I disagree with that. And it could have just cost them. That could have cost them the game. Well, I think it costed them the game. But I mean, they
It's a
had
weird one, right? I don't think they were in a good position anyway. You know,
yeah,
like I do agree with you. It kind of forced the game into a position where it was going to end, no matter
yeah,
what. Whether
yeah,
they won or lost, it was going to end. You know, whereas they could have drawn it out, they could have figured out other options, they could have maybe
mm,
picked up a satanic, or something like that to potentially help in the fights. But you know, at the end of the day, I think they weren't in the position where they could just mess around for a bunch.
yeah,
Obviously they were doing all right. You know, like they obviously just won that fight, like you mentioned. But at the end of the day, you know, it just didn't pan out, right? They got the rapier and they were like, let's go, let's go. But OG they had their ultis up, they were ready, they prioritized the Zeus. PA got caught in the RP, got caught in a bunch of spells. The egg ended up popping, and I think they hesitated. VP hesitated in that fight.
yeah,
Normally every fight we saw in this entire series, there was a Phoenix in it. VP
yeah,
just ran. Then this fight, they didn't. They did like
yeah,
this, like half commit,
yeah,
which cost them. I think that was a big deal. I think if
yeah.
they just ran and tried to reset like normal, like they'd been doing the entire series, then
Mm,
it gives them a chance.
mm.
Fighting into the egg, they just could not do.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, that's OG versus Pro OG taking the 2-1, taking the series 2-1. But now they are up against either Nigma or Viking GG, which is actually the next game actually happening tonight in about 20 minutes. So if you guys want to catch that, that's happening in about 20 minutes. So yeah, I
Yep.
mean, I know, Nigma. Nigma is always, a very strong team. I have noticed they had, a bit of, a rough past tournaments and that, but yeah, still a strong team nonetheless. Viking and GG also one of the top up and coming teams also. So I mean, OG still amounted to climb with
Yeah.
one.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. OG looked good with one thing. I've never liked ILTW playing for OG, and that's just a
Yeah,
personal preference. After watching this game, he looked like he was having a fun time, right? He was doing well. Previously, when he played for them, I was concerned because he
yeah.
wasn't quite. Unfortunately, he had big shoes to fill, right? Anna, right? I don't think they could get anyone that's gonna really fill those shoes.
He's just a placeholder now.
Yeah, well, he might be a bit. Unfortunately, I haven't been following it too much as well. Like, so
No,
I'll have to see.
what I'm saying is like I think he's just a placeholder now because in the come TI, and and it didn't retire.
Yeah,
He never officially retired. He just said he's taking a break. So come TI again, you probably will see Anna, and I'm almost sure you'll see Jarek as well. So
yeah. We'll see. Look, Jarex seems a bit more retired than Anna. Like, he genuinely does. But
he actually wants to try other games. So he said he wanted to try other
yeah,
games.
but look, Saxa is amazing as well. So like, from that perspective, I think OG are still going to be super high tier, competitors to win TI again. Whether Jarex comes back or not. I think if Jarex comes back, I think other teams are going to be flipping scared. But like,
Yeah.
obviously Saxa is particularly good. I mean, look how good his Murano was this game. I mean, damn, dude. Like,
Arrows.
I mean, he was 3 for 3 on arrows, like straight up in the first stage of the game.
It was ridiculous. It was very, very good on Soxa playing on that Marana.
Yeah,
And you'll see it again though. It's not the last we'll see Marana on Soxa. So
100%. So I think
right.
Crispy, with that, I think let's just let everyone know that we will be doing a bunch of other streams. We're going to try bring you guys some more pro matches. We're going to be doing some fun streams over December. So if you guys want to catch it out, follow the channel, check us out on Facebook, and we'll be posting all that kind of stuff like streams and all the details. We'll try bring you more of this specific tournaments as well if possible, just because obviously we're quite invested in it now to see how OG and VP do, right?
I thought with OG VP, I mean, it looks the next game in the upper bracket is going to be Navi versus Alliance. That's going to be a good game. And then we've got OG either taking on Nigma or Viking GG, which is also going to be a good game. And I believe that's happening tomorrow. So
Yeah. No, it's gonna be some PogChamp stuff. But I think yeah, Crispy. I think with that, I think we'll be closing out the stream for today. But people must come check us out, see what's cracking. We're gonna be doing some fun stuff. Yeah. Alrighty. Awesome stuff. So OG win 2-0. Alright, so I think thanks to everyone for watching, and obviously Crispy, it's always an honor casting with you, and I think we'll check you guys in the next, essentially most of December.
Peace.
Alright, cheers.